Why not? Hey everyone, as you come on in, welcome. I'm Nick Barrow. This is Banner and Backbone on a BannerCast. I'm going to be reporting right now, or just putting up um, the reporting that's coming out of Minnesota right now. There was another ICE shooting today, um, and from the reports, the individual who was shot in Minnesota has died from their injuries. There's now tear gas being shot in Minnesota at protesters. I'm going to turn over to the next scene here, and this is all going to be video that's being caught right now from Status Coup News. And so go follow them on YouTube, on Substack. I will put up a link to their Substack because I think it's important to provide credit where credit is due. So let me get that up. I'll be in the background monitoring. I've invited a couple others if they want to join, but we're just going to be putting out coverage of what's going on in Minnesota because ICE is escalating, and tensions are rapidly escalating due to federal attempts to raise tensions in our country. So I'm going to switch over to the Status Coup News reporting, and I will see y'all at breaks or intervals in between. And hopefully we can get some others pulled on to um, increase the breadth of this discussion. So thanks y'all for being with us. Also, I know this is going on at the same time if you're watching it live as Lev and Dean for their coffee and tea. They are also reporting on it, so it doesn't matter if you watch with us, with them while they talk about it. I've invited them for later if they want to come on. So just join us, hang out, keep up to date, keep your blood pressure down, and breathe. Because things are getting more escalated by the day, and the federal government is pushing us towards hurt. My yeah, B, thanks for that. Our hearts do go out to those in Minnesota. My thoughts and hearts go out to those, and my thanks go out to the protesters, to the citizens, to the patriots who are standing up and saying enough is enough, not in our town. And unfortunately, someone else died today. And you continue to see the strength of the American people and these true patriots who are not resorting first to shooting. They're resorting to their words and their actions, and they're using their First Amendment to defend all of the others. They're using their First Amendment to protest, to be out there to defend all the others before any other attempt. They're not going guns blazing in response. I have respect. Yeah, Carla, I have a lot of respect for these protesters. I have zero respect for ICE. Fuck those assholes. Fuck all of them. And enjoy the, or continue to watch. Don't enjoy, but continue to watch and take heart from the protesters who are out there defending all of our freedoms and rights and actively putting their lives on the line for a future in America that we all want. So thanks everyone for being with us. And again, this will be live for a while. And just keep your hearts and your thoughts out to those who are in Minnesota right now and others around the country who are facing increased violence from ICE. So switching over to the Status Coup News.
More tear gas being thrown into this crowd.
Fuck you!
John! Just want to point out that the press had taken up positions up on a snowbank here off to the right, and they have been completely tear gassed out. You see this massive cloud. This is what I'm talking about. They throw so many canisters that it creates this massive cloud that is wafting throughout this entire neighborhood.
What are you doing? You just shot someone and you're terrorizing us! What more can we take? Fuck you! Stop it! Get the fuck out of here!
We come with love! We come with love!
You alright, JT? No, good man. I'm Justin from the other night. Just checking in on you, making sure you're good.
Appreciate it.
We live here!
Join us on the side of love!
Stop it!
Governor Walsh just demanded Trump remove all immigration officials now.
We're just getting word here that Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic governor of Minnesota, has just demanded that President Trump remove all immigration enforcement officials from the Twin Cities area now. In response to this scene, for what is happening here in the Twin Cities. But I'll note that it is just a repeated call from the governor, echoing what Mayor Jacob Fry had to say.
Fucking Nazis!
They arrested somebody?
Oh, maybe. Seeing federal authorities leading someone away in handcuffs.
First news I heard today.
Didn't see them get arrested, but apparently they were. We're heading. I'm moving up there.
Yeah.
We're seeing federal agents. This parking lot that we're standing in are creating a little bit of a perimeter here at the one exit from this parking lot. We see another demonstrator here being led away. Federal agents hanging on to his arms.
Why? You don't know, right? You just follow orders? Sir, yes, sir.
You look scared.
Thank you, Daddy Teddy. You know Daddy Teddy's no longer around? He ran away too because it's too cold in Texas for him.
You look sweet.
Sir, yes, sir. Donald Trump. Sir, yes, sir. Daddy Trump.
You look
In the
sweet,
ass,
boy.
please, Daddy.
Better go back home, boy. We're gonna put belt to ass pretty soon, boy. Yeah. Yeah. You're fucking gay, boy. Yeah. I can tell.
Come over here.
What? Yeah, you're tough, ain't you? You're tough, huh? Yeah, you're tough. I can tell you're tough.
Federal agents and the protesters are exchanging words here. Exchanging insults back and forth.
Yeah, they took my press badge.
They took it?
Yeah, they took it. I got punched. I said I'm pressed, and then he was like, "Show me press badge." He put his body camera on and took a video of it.
Because we usually give up 3 warnings before if there's massive void or anything, so be here for that, okay? Yeah.
Hearing there that one of the federal agents just came up and said that they tried to issue, saying that they are trying to issue warnings before they fire the tear gas and to tell us to listen for those, to be aware.
Wishing any orders from that.
Well, yeah,
never happened.
We haven't heard any. They haven't heard any warnings for all of those tear gas deployments that we've experienced so far. Sorry?
If everybody's yelling over us, you won't be able to hear. So.
One agent saying, if everybody's yelling over us, you won't be able to hear.
This is good. You guys can come up.
This is fucked up, man.
You guys have hand warmers? You need hand warmers?
Okay.
Anybody need some?
We're good.
What? Federal agent offering hand warmers out to press here.
I wish I recorded that. This was the best shit ever. You did? You have it?
Yeah.
Do you have a face? You good?
Federal agents now pulling back a little bit, pulling back north on Nicolette, excuse me.
Hey, you guys are good to go over there with the tear gas.
Yeah.
Go over here.
Don's clambered up on another snowbank here to give a little bit of that higher vantage point for you to be able to see here down the street. And I'll note that what you're seeing here is not the totality of the federal response. All those dozens of agents that you see out here right now, this is just one side. We're on the southern end. We're on the southern end of the federal presence here. There are multiple other sides. I'm hearing tear gas go off, it sounds like, to the west.
There's a fire on the other side.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing a plume of smoke come from the north. Can't be sure as to exactly what it is from as of right now.
Is there a fire over there? I see black smoke.
Is that fire or is it just like...
What?
Federal agents have settled in a little bit. I'm seeing them conferring right now, pointing out at various parts of the crowd. This street here is littered with tear gas canisters and flashbang remnants. Protests are growing louder now.
Do you have your phone on ring? I don't know why they keep calling me. I can't answer. Hey, please, you have to call JT. I can't answer the phone. The guy's dead. They killed the guy they shot is dead. Point to where? Police commissioner. Minneapolis police.
Minneapolis police are now confirming that federal immigration agents did indeed shoot and kill someone down here on the south side of Minneapolis. The second person now in Minneapolis to be shot and killed by the federal government.
Put the handle on the inside here below here.
We want to do this safely for you and the community.
Fuck you! Agent, fuck you fucking race trainer! What the fuck? Fuck you! Fuck you!
We're seeing a Bearcat or an armored vehicle rolling in here. In fact, there's a whole convoy of vehicles, 2 armored vehicles, a truck and an SUV. It looks like even more behind that. It's 3 armored vehicles. Even more agents, even more federal officials piled in those vehicles.
So this is going to be an FBI investigation now. This little pipe, I haven't seen it at all.
Hey, how's our battery on the wire?
It captures everything, from action items to key decisions. And after every call, you get a clear summary. But where it really goes to the next level is that it's the only AI note taker that connects your meetings to the rest of your work. So stop stressing about taking notes and get the AI note taker that works for you. Get ClickUp AI Note Taker for your next meeting.
You see all these protesters, some of whom are standing here with their hands raised in a sign of nonviolence.
Can you hold that again? You can hold it right here. I don't know who that is. I'll find them. Thank you.
John and I are just taking a moment to, again, resettle some gear, be sure that all of our safety equipment's working properly.
Oh, yeah. I needed it. Huh?
Amazing pose, you douchebag!
Yep.
You look fucking hard!
How are you, bro?
Mike, how you doing?
You're getting scared. Yeah, you are. Bitch.
See, the protesters have moved right up here to the edge of this police line tape that's been put up across the intersection.
They're gonna start shooting.
Oh, yeah. Got more flashbangs going off here in the crowd. More tear gas. Yep. With that cloud of tear gas and the... Jesus Christ.
God damn. Go.
See the agents there tackling somebody in the street. Piling on him and arresting him. Agents telling press to back up. The man is trying to scream out his name.
JT, put the microphone, direct the microphone.
You're gonna have to kill me! I have done nothing at all! I have done nothing at all! I have done nothing at all! My name is Matthew James! Obadiah Allen! I'm a United States citizen! If you kill me on the street!
They just sprayed pepper spray directly into the man's face.
You're gonna kill me! That's what you want? You wanna kill me? You wanna kill me on the street? You're gonna have to fucking kill me! I have done nothing wrong! I have done nothing! nothing wrong! Ah! I have done nothing! Matthew James Obadiah Allen! I'm a United States citizen! I have done nothing wrong! They're chaining me, spraying me, and beating me! I have done nothing! I'm not going to let you slave catch me! I'm not going to let you slave catch me! Let me go! I have done nothing! I have done nothing wrong! You shot me walking away with my back to you! I have done nothing! Let me go! Let me go, please! I have done nothing! Please! I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Unzip my jacket! Get my passport out of my front pocket! Unzip my jacket! Get my passport out of my front pocket!
Yeah, in case you can't hear what he's saying, he was shouting out his name. And now he's saying, unzip my jacket, get my passport out of my front pocket.
No, I did not! I was walking away with my back to you! Open my passport! I've not assaulted anyone! I have not assaulted anyone! Let's go, get him on! Help! Somebody, they will kill me! They will kill me! They will kill me if you let this happen! They will kill me if you let this happen! Stop taking pictures and save my life! Now! Help me! I am going home! Stop! Stop! I will not! I have done nothing wrong! So you're gonna kill me! I have done nothing! I am not moving until I have a lawyer! I can't! Please, I can't breathe! I can't! I'm having a tough time breathing! Give me an ambulance! I'm having a tough time breathing! I'm having a tough time breathing! Give me an ambulance! I need an ambulance right now! I need an ambulance, please!
The man is asking for an ambulance as he's laying on the ground.
I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance, please. Matthew James Obadiah Allen. Please. Go.
Authorities are moving us back.
Help me. I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance, please. Help. Somebody help me. Help me. My name is Matthew James Allen. Matthew James Obadiah Allen, please. I need an ambulance, please. I don't feel safe with you. I feel like I'm going to be murdered. Please. I need somebody to help me. No, I need somebody to help me. I need EMT. No, I can't. I cannot. I need to see EMTs. I do not feel safe. I do not feel safe. I need to see EMTs in my eyes. I need to see.
John, they're asking us to stand on the sidewalk.
I can't talk to you on the back. I can't.
The agents are backing up a truck here to where this man is laying on the ground.
They're putting him on a bed truck.
Yeah, I just said that. See, the agents are now moving backwards. Agents are moving backward. They put the man on the truck. Now the agents are continuing to back up here, move back north on Nicolette.
Looks like they are going to start deploying gas.
And you see the agents there standing at the front of the line. They're firing some kinds of munitions there into the crowd.
They are starting tear gas.
Yep. Now they're firing tear gas canisters into the crowd. Some of the agents are rushing forward.
They are chasing down protesters.
Yep, the agents here were following them as they rush into a side parking lot, seemingly after some of the demonstrators. They've tackled another one. Another two on the ground.
Fucking cowards! Fucking Nazis!
One of those protesters has been, at least one has been pepper sprayed directly in the face. We're now nearly a full 2 blocks from the initial intersection.
Yep. Come on. Yeah, she was on the ground. They sprayed her.
You're the terrorist. You're the fucking terrorist. Keep saying it to yourself. Right. Now you're fucking your boys. The order of events here is that the federal government shot and killed a second person in the south side of Minneapolis this morning. That's being confirmed by Minneapolis police. Protesters come out to demonstrate against the federal government shooting and killing their fellow community members, people who live here. And then the federal government arrests those protesters.
Of that happening just a couple of days ago. Now we're seeing it in person.
Where are we going?
You see here the agents pull back into the street.
It's wrong.
And John and I right now are being careful to stay on the sidewalk with other groups of press. Mostly for safety reasons.
Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel good about yourself?
More tear gas and flashbangs going off here. I'm right here. Some of the tear gas canisters back at the federal agents. Just this endless use of force.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
It's not even really clear to me what the purpose is. Other than the pain. The only thing I've seen the protesters, throw at the agents or direct at the agents, other than their words, their protests, are the tear gas canisters that the federal agents are throwing at them.
Where's the sketch going?
Right there, it's wafting this way.
Right. It's coming towards us.
Yep.
Stay on the side here.
We're walking down the street now away from, trying to stay ahead of a cloud of tear gas that is wafting towards us.
You good, John?
Yeah.
You good?
What's your drink? Oh my God.
You see those agents inching backwards, back down to their original lines where we first encountered them at the intersection of Nicollet and 27th.
Does anybody know?
Yeah. With DP.
You cool?
What did they do?
Yeah. You okay? Everybody good?
I'm good.
Okay.
You good?
Yep. I'm around the corner, so the smoke.
John and I are pulling back into this parking lot a little bit just to get out of the path of the smoke that's wafting down the street, the tear gas smoke.
Is that an eye window?
I can't hear
Is
you.
this an eye window? I got a charger, man. Yo, that broke my heart.
Okay.
So, dude.
Oh, yeah. I know. I know. Yeah, you can't do anything. We
broke
have
my
the
heart,
evidence.
bro. I
know.
have such, like, I'm like, I don't want to cry, bro.
I know.
This was just the most fucked up.
See, some of the protesters are also inching their way forward on the streets. Some of those protesters are dragging pallets.
Hey, come here.
Some of the protesters are dragging pallets and rolling garbage bins as makeshift blockades in defense here. And agents responding with another round of tear tear gas and flashbangs. Creating another cloud of gas that's wafting at us. We're moving to the side.
Look how excited you are to assault. Look at yourselves! What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You have no moral compass? You care about humans? What the fuck are you doing here? Look at this! You are creating this! No one else! You're not helping anyone! Go home! You sad fucks!
We're being enveloped in tear gas right now, John. Let's go. So we're moving just to get out of the path of the gas. You see all these other people who are moving too. They're responding to the same gas. Just trying to get out into more breathable air. And, oh yeah, more federal agents coming down the alley.
Oh, bunch of big fucking pussies! What's up, guys? We're gonna protect the city! Fucking pussies! You guys are fucking pussies! Starting with the Nazis again!
You see there, the federal agents are clearing the street. They're clearing that alleyway, rather, so that it looks like they can get a van down the street. I'm not sure what the utility is there. Federal agents back at this intersection are again firing off flashbangs and tear gas canisters south on Nikolai. Yep. Agents here are over here by this alleyway are clearing the path for this alleyway. It looks like they want to move this van, continue it down the alley system here running parallel to Nikolai.
Why are you protecting them? What's wrong with you?
The agents are moving the barricades that protesters have put up.
And harming us and killing us and kidnapping us. And you're protecting them. What community do you serve? What is wrong with you? Come on. Like, are you kidding? We're the bad guys. They're killing our neighbors. What the fuck? Good job serving your community, you fucking idiots. Like, what the hell? Fucking cowards! Fucking cowards! Like, you gotta know this shit is so illegal, man.
Yeah, I'm seeing. John's pointing out that these agents here are actually
aren't you supposed to be helping us?
Hennepin County Sheriff's Office deputies.
There was a murder right up the fucking street. You guys are here with us?
So this is not federal agents, but local law enforcement.
Local law enforcement helping fucking the Nazis. Fuck you!
And you're hearing a lot of those protests directed at the local law enforcement. Again, this has been an ongoing theme, especially with the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, asking them not to stand and support de facto ICE's operations here in the Twin Cities area. Looks like a Minneapolis fire truck.
This is the sheriff's office.
Yeah. Minneapolis fire truck here is being moved here into the street as well, and it's being brought into this alleyway. The protesters see the sheriff's office as standing with ICE agents because, or with the federal government because they are not. Because they feel the sheriff's office and local police are not doing enough to protect the people of Minneapolis, of the Twin Cities area.
Do your job! Do your job! Do your job!
Hearing sirens not too far from where we're standing, but I do not see where they're coming from. Sounds like they're to the north of where we are. I'm hearing the protesters yelling at the sheriff's deputies, pointing out that now federal agents have shot and killed 2 people in Minneapolis in the last several weeks, and asking the deputies what is being done.
Arrived and found an adult male with multiple gunshot wounds when they arrived. Life-saving aid was being rendered, and he was transported by ambulance to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he was later pronounced deceased. Based on the information that we have, which is very limited, this is a 37-year-old white male who is a Minneapolis resident, and we believe he is an American citizen. We have not been told any official reports of what has led up to the shooting, but we have seen the video that is circulating on social media. Our demand today is for those federal agencies that are operating in our city to do so with the same discipline, humanity, and integrity that effective law enforcement in this country demands. We urge everyone to remain peaceful. We recognize that there is a lot of anger and a lot of questions around what has happened, but we need people to remain peaceful. In the area, we have an unlawful assembly at this time. Minneapolis police have given multiple warnings for the crowd to disperse. We are asking for people to avoid the area and to leave if you are there. We have requested mutual aid from the Minnesota State Patrol and from all our local and county regional partners. We ask everyone to remain calm and to please do not destroy our own city.
I just saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? How many times must local and national leaders must plead with you, Donald Trump, to end this operation and recognize that this is not creating safety in our city. As you'll hear from Director Sayer in just a second, we have seen these kinds of operations in other places, in other countries, but not here in America. Not in a way where a great American city is being invaded by its own federal government. I'm done being told that our community members are responsible for the vitriol in our streets. I'm done being told that our local elected officials are solely responsible for turning down the temperature. Just yesterday, we saw 15,000 people peacefully protesting in the streets, speaking out, standing up for their neighbors. Not a single broken window, not a single injury. Those peaceful protests embody the very principles that both Minneapolis and America was founded upon. Conversely, the mass militarized force and unidentified agents who are occupying our streets, that is what weakens our country. That is what erodes trust in both law enforcement and in democracy itself. So to everyone listening, stand with Minneapolis. Stand up for America. Recognize that your children will ask you what side you were on. Your grandchildren will ask you what you did to act to prevent this from happening again. To make sure that the foundational elements of our democracy were rock solid. What did you do to protect your city? What did you do to protect your nation? This is not what America is about. This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. This administration and everyone involved in this operation should be reflecting. They should be reflecting right now and asking themselves, what exactly are you accomplishing? If the goal was to achieve peace and safety, this is doing exactly the opposite. If the goal was to achieve calm and prosperity, this is doing exactly the opposite. Are you standing up for American families right now? Or are we tearing them apart? The invasion of these heavily armed masked agents roaming around on our streets of Minneapolis, emboldened with a sense of impunity, it has to end. This is not how it has to be. So, to President Trump, this is a moment to act like a leader. Put Minneapolis, put America first in this moment. Let's achieve peace. Let's end this operation, and I'm telling you, our city will come back. Safety will be restored. We're asking for you to take action now to remove these federal agents. Director Sayer.
My name is Rachel Sayer, and I am the Director of the Emergency Management Department for the City of Minneapolis. I took this job to keep us safe because I live here, and this is my community. We are doing everything we can to mitigate the impacts of this terrible situation. The city's Emergency Operations Center continues to be activated, as it has throughout the surge in federal agents over the last few weeks. We are tracking impacts and coordinating the city's response to this situation, which is having profound repercussions in our community. I can't underscore enough how much Operation Metro Surge is impacting our city. Families with loved ones detained and those who are afraid to be in public lest they become targets need help accessing the most basic necessities like food, housing, and rides to school. Businesses are shuttering and our local economy is severely impacted, which means families are suffering, just as we were rounding a corner in our recovery. Many of our Minneapolis residents, my neighbors, my friends, my community members are ceasing participation in public life, afraid to even go to the doctor. In response, the city enterprise continues to utilize our entire emergency apparatus. That means staff across departments, often around the clock, are putting their regular jobs on hold in order to respond to the impacts of Metro Surge. I want everyone to know there are numerous resources available to community members right now. We have mental health help available. We have food assistance, housing and rental assistance, legal help. We are sharing information about what to do if you are exposed to tear gas, pepper spray, or other chemical agents. And the state AGs and ACLU are collecting reports of rights violations. You can access these resources on the city's virtual resource center at minneapolismn.gov/ICE. Please share this information with your neighbors. We have help and we want you to be able to access that. My background is in international humanitarian response in conflict zones in Yemen, Haiti, Syria, Iraq, and Ukraine. What I've seen here is what I've seen there. A powerful entity violently and intentionally terrorizing people, making them afraid to go outside so they can't earn a living, so that kids are forced out of school. This has a lasting generational impact. People can't plan a single day of their lives because they don't know who is around the corner and if their family member or neighbor is about to be taken away. In these times, you see both the best and the worst. The worst is the terror and the feeling of helplessness. The best will continue to be our community's response. The way we are showing up for each other, that is in the absolute worst of times. We're showing up for each other in the absolute worst of times. I'll turn it back to the mayor. Thank you.
We'll open it to questions.
We are seeing an incredible volatile situation unfolding right now around that scene. Is there any communication right now between local and federal law enforcement or cooperation, or where do those efforts stand to try to calm what's going on down there right now?
Yeah, I'll turn it to the chief to answer.
So the question was, there is an incredibly volatile scene in South Minneapolis right now, and the extent of communication with law enforcement agencies. We have established a command post that is led by Minneapolis Police, and there are representatives from all of the regional, local, county, and state organizations. We have had communication with Homeland Security, but they have not been able to provide us any specific details around the incident itself. We are responsible for ensuring the safety of people on the streets of our city, and we are doing everything that we can to maintain the peace right now, led by Minneapolis Police, but with the help of the Minnesota State Patrol, Hennepin and Ramsey County Sheriffs. Several suburban towns are in the city helping us with 911 calls. We have done an emergency recall of all sworn personnel back to duty. And we are working with the fire department right now to ensure that 2 small fires that were started in the area are safely extinguished. But again, we need everyone to avoid the area if possible. And the people who are in the area, we understand your frustrations. This is not sustainable. But we need people to leave the area at this time.
Is the National Guard involved?
We have communicated with the National Guard. They have been on standby for several days, and we have ensured the National Guard, as well as all of the local law enforcement partners, are aware of the situation.
Chief and Mayor, if I can ask you, this is a statement from Tricia McLaughlin, spokesperson from DHS. She said in her statement, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. Seen here, they showed a picture of it. The officers attempted to disarm the suspect, but the armed suspect violently resisted. More details on the armed struggle are forthcoming. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid. Is that what happened?
So Minneapolis Police, the question was, you read a statement from DHS saying that a weapon was presented and there was attempts to disarm the person. Again, like I stated earlier, Minneapolis police, as well as our supervisors, our watch commander, responded to the scene. We were not provided any public safety statement around the incident, what happened. We have since seen a video that is circulating online, like thousands of other people have at this time. So we do not know what happened prior to the recording that is online right now. I immediately called for the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension to respond, to conduct an investigation. They are on the scene. I believe the FBI is on the scene as well. But I think the video speaks for itself. What I can tell you is we have identified this person, 37-year-old white male, resident of the city. The only interaction that we are aware of with law enforcement has been for traffic tickets, and we believe he is a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry.
Chief, can you clarify, was MPD cut out of this investigation? Has the BCA been cut out, like we've seen from the two previous shootings?
The question was, has MPD been cut out of the investigation, and has the BCA been cut out? As I stated, I immediately requested the BCA to respond. It's my understanding that they are on the scene. I have not heard anything otherwise. There was initially some information was relayed to me over the radio that our officers were told that they were either not needed or could leave, and I gave a direct order to ensure that Minneapolis police maintain the scene as well as other state and local law enforcement.
Can you talk about the discrepancy?
Do you know whether it was multiple officers involved in the shooting or one officer, and do you know their whereabouts or in custody at all, or still on the scene?
So the question was is there multiple officers involved in the shooting? That is the preliminary information. That is our understanding, that it was more than one law enforcement officer involved in the discharge. And again, there is public video that shows several law enforcement officers in a scuffle with someone.
Can you talk about the discrepancy? The initial reports said that the victim here was 51 years old. The information that you have, where is that from?
So the question was, the initial reports said the victim was 51. The information that I have is we sent Minneapolis police officers to the hospital with the individual who was shot, and they have since identified that person.
Two more questions.
Do you have a name of the individual who was shot?
I do, and I'm not releasing it.
Are you able to talk, have you been able to talk with top ICE and Border Patrol officials to ask them to please be in on this, or have you talked to them, or have you been rejected?
The question was, have we talked with federal law enforcement to be in on this? We have had conversations with Homeland Security Investigations this morning. We are told they do not have any information to share at this time, but we will attempt to maintain those communications going forward.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that they have no information to share at this time?
The question was, do I believe that they have no information to share at this time? I don't know if the individual that we were in contact with would or not. This is a Saturday morning, and just like it was for us, it was a scramble to do an emergency recall and to get people to the scene.
All right, thank you guys. We'll have more information if we get any later throughout the day.
And there you have it. Police Chief Brian O'Hara, Mayor Jacob Fry, conducting your own briefing here as to what happened here this morning. My name is Tim Blotz. I'm here with Leah Bino inside the Fox 9 studios. We've been watching everything that have unfolded here today. A couple of key passages from this news conference. And by the way, we are waiting for the feds to also hold their own briefing here with Greg Brevine.
John has a heated set of gloves, so I just took, it was my right hand that was feeling it bad. So John and I switched my right glove for his right glove. So I'm just getting a little bit of warmth going in my hand right now, which is exactly what I needed.
What about your other hand?
You have a hand warmer?
My other hand's fine.
In your pocket.
What's that?
You have one in your pocket.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It's active in your pocket. In case you need, just put it in your hand.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm ready to go if we need to go.
Okay. Check the battery on here.
That's getting down there.
What's that?
But it's getting down on the EXT.
Yeah. All right. I got another EXT to change. Another battery to change.
And you're fat.
Sean,
Yeah.
you help me get this thing. No, thank you.
Good. I see the loser in your eyes.
You see the passion, the emotion, the desperation on display here from the people of Minneapolis, walking right up to federal agents who have demonstrated that they are willing to use a lot of force, including lethal force out here. And they are walking right up to the line.
Government issued jeans.
You interrupted my 8-person live stream.
You got fucking jeans. See how untrained all you guys are? Untrained fucking assholes. You murdered a man for filming you. Our president is pedophile, and you shoot these little I was a little nervous to come to this, but right now I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm not at all. No. You're afraid. You're just losers. You're losers. Yeah, you got to shake your head, laugh a little bit. You look like a dystopian ad for under 5'10", you fucking midget fuck. We are 50,000 strong. You can't beat us.
I'm searching for the words right now. I'm quiet on the mic just because I'm searching for the words to describe what is happening down here. I mean, the sights and sounds you can see and hear on the camera, but the feeling. This is a community that's way beyond mourning. Way beyond mourning. This is a powder keg. People who feel pushed to their limit by federal agents who are going into their communities, masked agents going into their communities, disappearing their neighbors and community members. You see some of the demonstrators there sitting on the ground, kneeling on the ground now. Right now the crowd is chanting, "Say her name, Renee Good," in reference to the first person that federal agents killed this year in Minneapolis. And now, of course, we're on the scene of where federal agents shot and killed a second person.
Hey,
one second. Let me try something here. Dude.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to Banner and Backbone. We've been going for a while. I'm Nick Perro. I'm joined here by Zev Shalev. We're soon going to be joined by Lev Parnas. I'm going to send the invite over to Washahat Ali, who's
How's that? Is that any better now?
Yep, can hear you now.
Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to be fancy, but you've got all the fancy bells and whistles here yourself.
It's good to see you, Zev. I'm glad you're here. This has been a pretty horrific start to a Saturday, and we knew this type of escalation was coming. But a 37-year-old, I believe it was, American citizen has been murdered in the streets. He was shot. Basically an entire clip of a magazine's worth of ammunition from a 9mm, and he was murdered by ICE agents, and they are looking to incite violence and increase tensions. And now is the time for citizens to remain peaceful in the way that these folks in Minneapolis are, these protesters, these courageous patriots are doing, is standing up to the violence without responding with violence. So, Zev, welcome, and wanted to get your thoughts on the events of today and how you're feeling.
Yeah, I've been watching as carefully as you have. There is a lot to be disturbed about. Obviously, we don't know the full details of the shooting, but from what it appears like on video, this seemed fairly unprovoked. I know the Department of Homeland Security is out there telling people that there was a gun and this guy was armed in a dangerous way. We just don't know enough of the details around it to confirm any of that. But we have to have a healthy distrust of everything that comes out of the Department of Homeland Security. I guess their spokesperson now, Bavino, is going to be making a statement at any time now, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see if that actually shows up and what he'll have to say. You say there's a 37-year-old. I've seen a different age pop up around online, and I'm just trying to see if I've got the details here that are the same as yours. But I saw I guess CBS News is saying 37-year-old man. I did see on Minneapolis newspapers that the man was 37, but I guess we'll go with the sorry, he was 53, but I guess we'll go with the 37-year-old. That press conference was disturbing because here we are again appealing to the President of the United States to be presidential, to do his job, to go out there and calm the situation, to be a leader at a time of crisis. This is what we expect of presidents. I don't expect we'll see it in this case. I think we're going to keep seeing a president that is going to claim through alternative narratives, through made-up facts, that somehow this victim, this murder victim, was justifiably killed by his gang of thugs that we now know as ICE, these lawless people that are wandering around the streets of Minneapolis and Minnesota, forcing people to, not have their First Amendment rights and their other rights, to hide, to be scared. They're going door to door. They're using these incredible tactics, which are using a 5-year-old as bait to get their family to come out. I mean, this is a level of disorder that we have not seen on American streets, and certainly never performed by the state itself. I mean, that's the most horrific thing that we're seeing. So this is the government killing people, killing its own people on the streets of its own cities. What could be more horrific than that?
Yeah, and you're seeing, and you're not hearing right now. I have it muted for the moment, so it's easier for all of us to be able to talk and have this discussion. For Zev and I to talk about this. This woman is angry. This woman is yelling, saying they have a right to be here because you murdered someone in our community just now, and we're angry. We're unarmed, but we're angry, and we're allowed to be here, and that's right. You have the right as Americans to gather peacefully, to protest what is injustice, to protest tyranny, to rise up and prevent tyranny from becoming the norm. They don't get to tell you that you don't get to do that. So I'm going to turn up the volume for, hopefully it doesn't go too crazy on my side. Is hopefully you should be able to hear her in the background now. Is this woman discussing? I'm going to turn it up a little bit more so we can all.
That is cowardice at the lowest.
Maybe a little high.
Right now they're just chanting. Let me put it back though to where she was speaking, because I want to go back and get her words.
Yeah, they're chanting ICE out. Of course, this is exactly what everyone wants in Minneapolis. Governor Tim Walz earlier on called the President of the United States. I just spoke with the White House after another horrific shooting by federal agents this morning. Walz wrote on X, Minnesota has had it. This is sickening. The president must end this operation. Pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now. And that is a very restrained comment, actually. I mean, you'd imagine that the governor, who is now fighting a war against the federal government, where his own people are being attacked on the streets by these goons, these ICE agents. And I looked at this video a couple of times. I haven't had a chance to study it in detail, but the video of the shooting certainly does not look like this man was in any way a danger to these people. I mean, there's just no indication that he was going
and
to be.
I'll put that video up too on the screen after. Sorry to interrupt there.
No problem. I'm just giving you some time to see if you needed to re-rack that. So
yeah, I'm good to re-rack this right now. I'm gonna start the video of what she was saying, because she's right, and this woman, her speech is right, and her anger and her righteous fury is justified. So listen and take her words to heart, everyone.
You have the weapons! Please go! You will pay for your crime! We just experienced the murder of one of our community members! It is okay for us to be angry! Stop assaulting us! Spray chemical weapons at us for being angry that our neighbor was murdered! We are exercising our First Amendment rights! Who do you protect? The people?
Fuck no, they don't protect the people!
Or the fucking fascists?
They kill the people! They gas the people! They don't protect the people!
This is fucking crazy what's happening here! It's fucking crazy! We are unarmed!
That man was on the ground when you guys shot him!
We are peaceful community members that are angry!
2-1! And you guys shot him! Cowards!
Cowards is right. They're cowards. These people are cowards for what they have done. And I'm going to put it back up to live for those who are going. I'm going to turn it down a little so that we can talk with it in the background.
Not protecting is the people. What they're not protecting is the Constitution. What they're not protecting is the people. They're protecting the fucking fascist overlords of this bullshit fucking country. We won't stand for it. America could be great if these fucking cowards got the fuck out of here. Jesus fuck.
I think he encapsulated what some of our thoughts, but I want to show the video of the shooting. So this is going to be a trigger warning for everyone. I'm going to show the video of the shooting, and it's awful. It's awful.
There are no words in the English language that can.
They're doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know?
Oh shit! What the fuck? They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
I'm going to show that again.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Because there is a
That guy's
moment
dead.
when you see this guy get shot multiple times.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Yeah.
They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Not again! Are you fucking kidding me? That guy's dead.
I mean, I count as many as 8.
Yo, we need people on site.
Many more, even more ICE officers around that guy.
Yeah. He unloaded his whole clip, basically his whole clip into that gentleman. And that.
You think there were
that is
6
not
shots?
training.
How many shots did you think were there?
How many
shots were fired?
Let me mute the other audio I have in the background so I can hear. But we'll watch it again. We will watch this, unfortunately, folks, as many times as it has to. We're going to play it back at half speed too. I didn't realize they could do that. That's pretty useful.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
Jesus.
They killed my.
I think
Did they
2
fucking
agents.
kill it?
Yeah, I think so. I heard
I think at least 2 agents shot. When we're analyzing this
Yeah,
live with all of
it's
you.
hard to tell in this way, but it's maybe we should leave this for another time just to get the analysis correct. But we're going to find out who the actual agents were that fired that shot, or shots, as you point out, between different officers. And there are other angles that we're going to get. I mean, there's already a person on the other side of this angle who's shooting video as well, and it would be interesting to see what that looks like. There's enough, I think, eyes on this to be able to get a pretty good assessment of it, although you don't really need it. I mean, what else do you need? You've got a guy here who's on the ground being kicked and beaten and held down by 8 or more officers, and he's shot in cold blood. I mean, even if he was armed, even if there was a weapon involved, if those 8 agents are not able to, subdue him and in a peaceful way without having to kill him, we have lost our way in America, because there is no doubt that any law enforcement officials are trained enough, if they're in 8 of them or more, God knows how many people were
I have
there.
another angle from the video too.
Okay,
that I'm
that'll be
gonna
interesting
play.
to take a look at. But this is intentional. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is what they want. They want this buildup.
Yeah. Yeah, they
want
want
this
this
violence.
escalation.
Yeah, they're looking for this.
And so let me play this video. I have not seen this angle yet.
Things got buried. Yeah, I'm gonna look at windows. Look at straight inside. Alright, let's go around.
I don't know if we
Fuck
see the shooting
off!
yet. No, I don't think we see the
This
shooting.
is a shit.
But
That
we
is
saw
interesting what we
before
saw
the
there.
shooting, and there was no weapon.
I didn't see a weapon, and I did see a very familiar scene where there's a lot of people piling into that scene with those vans, as we saw with Renee Good, all driving up. There's a heavy guy that's comes out of one of those vans. Looks like he's armed to the teeth. I mean, it's almost like they've got these hit squads that are following, any situation that gets heated up, and they pile in with their killers. I mean, it almost, I don't want to say this is premeditated murder, but it begins to feel like premeditated murder when you look at these scenes, and it's too early to, of course, say that about this particular scene. But as we found out with Renee Good, these guys drove into a situation in order to kill somebody, and I'm more and more convinced of that every day. And I look at these, and I bet you these are very similar. Now, there's still a lot of violence in South Minneapolis today. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of confrontation between the protesters and ICE agents. This is not a contained situation. It looks like things are going to flare up for hours here. As these scenes that I'm seeing, this is from WCCO that I'm watching here, really horrific. I mean,
Yeah, this is the live coverage from Status Coup News that's going on for their reporting. And I was looking at one of the local Fox stations in Minneapolis, and they've got some other angles, and it's like there's crowd clearing. There is it's a militarization of
Yeah.
Minneapolis. Like that's what this is. This is the militarization of Minneapolis and of our country being aggressively taken over by an unaccountable police force because they're saying we can do this. You can't stop us in any way. And if you try to stop us, it's an insurrection. That's what they're saying. They're trying to threaten Governor Walz to arrest him at this point. Like that is,
I mean, these are scenes out of Baghdad. I'm not that I've been there.
yeah, these are scenes from war. This
Mm.
is what there was one of the ICE agents who said, "Oh, this is like Call of Duty." Like he's excited for the violence and excited for this madness and death. Like they want the escalation. Zev, to help maybe get some of the broadcast out to further. I don't know if you've accepted the invite that had gotten sent out earlier for this live.
I don't know. Let me find out.
If you can, that'll drop your name into the Substack stream, and your audience should get notified too. And we should have Lev Parnas coming on with us as well here soon. He's making some phone calls. I was on with him and Dean Blundell just a little bit ago, discussing all of this.
Oops.
And so we're going to be here all afternoon, and if we need to start a new,
I accepted. I think I did. I hope so. Anyhow, I hope so.
it's not showing your name, and I don't know if it's because it's old. I can start a new stream without
I don't know if
going
that's
off, I
you know,
think.
keep going. I'll double check if it's streaming on my site, and then
Okay, yeah, because I want to make sure we can get this broadcast as broadly as possible, and if someone has the scene or the audio where with a video of thanks for commenting on that oaths matter, if someone has the audio of the gentleman talk saying the Call of Duty remark, please send it to me and I will post it as a video on Banner and Backbone, and we will make sure that it goes out to everybody because that's what they want. They want this to be like Call of Duty. They don't care that we're citizens. They don't care that we're other Americans. They want to kill us. And they want the violence. This is what they are trained for. They are trained to commit this violence. And that's the sad truth of this. And they're just they're throwing smoke grenades and tear gas canisters at unarmed civilians who are just peacefully protesting. No weapons, no guns, no violence towards them. They're just shouting. They're using their words, and these weak, fragile Gestapo agents are terrified. They're running away, and they killed someone today in the process.
yeah, this is. I can't think I can make it go live right now, so I guess we're out of options that way. I think
Yeah,
once the stream is started, I can't really
yeah,
accept it.
it
Is
does.
that possible?
I think you can. Once it's started, you can.
Okay.
It's worth a try. I did for mine, but I also did it earlier in the stream, so I don't know.
Okay. I don't know how to do that. Let me see.
It might be in your. Let me just create a new invite for it, because I can just change. It may drop everybody, unfortunately, here, but I'd like to see if I can invite a bunch of people as we had been before for all of this. However, we'll stick here for now, and see if we can get people pulled in. This is not different than what other authoritarian extremist organizations did when they took over power. the question is, how is ICE different than ISIS? They're both terrorist organizations. They are both extremist groups. They are both evangelicals of their faith systems. There's really not much difference. They want the same things. They just remember everything that a ICE agent or MAGA person says at this point is basically a confession. When they talked about Sharia law, or when after 9/11, when we were talking about Sharia law, that was code for Christian nationalist law. Um, when we talk about what they're doing right now, these oppressive tactics, these are the same. These are the same tactics that were used by ICE or ISIS. These were the same tactics used in Iran to submit the population, or make the population submit. These are the same tactics that were used in Russia to make the population submit. This is the same tactics that was used in Germany to make the population submit. These were the same tactics used by slave owning Confederates to make the population submit. These are slave tactics. These are old tactics from old Confederate America. ISIS, ICE, there's no difference. They are terror organizations. They are meant to cause terror to those around them and those of us who are pro freedom, and they want you to submit. They want people to be afraid to go out, to be afraid to talk, to be afraid to speak up and say what's on their mind and exercise their First Amendment rights. Do not allow them to stop you. Go out and be louder. If you're in an area near Minnesota, I say go outside, go put a sign together. If you're in a city where ICE is, go outside, go put a sign together and go demonstrate. Leave weapons at home, leave any weapons at home. Bring a bring a bandana if you need, bring a face mask if you need, just so that it's probably cold as shit where you are. It's cold as hell in America right now. It's cold as hell all over the place right now. Freeze ICE out. Go out and demonstrate and freeze ICE out. Make it colder. Make it harsher for them to exist in your neighborhoods. Bring leaf blowers. Bring water balloons. Bring apple cider vinegar balloons. Because guess what? If you smell like apple cider vinegar, you're going to get outed as a Nazi. And some of these people don't want to be outed. That's why they wear the masks. They don't want to be known. Well, out them. Out ICE agents. Freeze ICE out with water balloons and apple cider vinegar balloons, or just vinegar balloons, because vinegar stinks. Vinegar gets into your clothes. Apple cider vinegar specifically gets into your clothes and stinks. Makes you fucking stink. Out the domestic terrorists. That's what ICE is. So I'm going to put the broadcast back up onto just the protesters for now, while I figure out some tech stuff in the background to try and see if we can get more folks into the discussion. Hopefully, this does not change our live stream on Substack. If it does, please rejoin us in the new one. If that ends up being what happens, I'm going to try and keep going as best I can without interrupting streams, but you can never tell with the Substack text. So I will be back. I'm going to unmute the audio. Thank you, Sharon, for dropping the Call of Duty clip URL into the chat. I see that. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone, for all of the community support, for ensuring that that we can get this information out. Okay, before we go, before I do that, I'm going to switch over to the Call of Duty moment, and then we will all come back on the screen, or I'll switch back to the other cast and we'll start moving forward. All right. And we've got Zev back with us here. Zev, were you able to?
I think so. I don't know if you can hear me, though. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was able to. I think I was able to add you to the stream or add myself to your
Yep.
stream.
Oh,
However
your
it
name
works.
is. Yep. Yeah, you're added to the stream. Perfect. So we won't have to stop any. We found this is the clip that I'm going to start here. I'm going to hide us on the screen for a minute um, of the Call of Duty moment that I think is really important that we expose. They want this.
It's like Call of Duty. So cool, huh? Take a shot. Take a shot. Hold up.
It's hard to know what to say. I mean, there isn't really anything you can say.
No, that's the hard part is there's not a lot you can truly say and
It's just so. I don't know what that's.
The man had a gun.
I'll make just a little bit.
But I will know.
I just you're breaking up. I don't know if it's my side or your side, but
Video of the shooting. Video of the
It's my
shows
side.
the man
Am I back?
already laying on the ground when
Can you hear me now?
shot him.
yeah, you're back. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, it was my side.
I can hear you.
thought,
It's a little distracted with the other audio there, but I get the need for that
Corporate
audio.
media narratives
I'll
that come
turn
out
the
about
other
this that
audio
will cite the
down
federal government
enough
and
so
say,
that
oh, the
we
Department of
can
Homeland Security
discuss
says
over
this,
it too,
and treat it
and then we'll turn it up
as
if we need to.
somehow
This is live. This is happening right now.
Yeah, this is live
what
right
you can
now
see with your
in
own two
Minnesota.
eyes.
I mean, they're obviously ready for a real showdown with protesters there. They want the real deal. They want violence from the other side, and they want to be able to invoke the Insurrection Act. The reason they want to do the Insurrection Act is, of course, has nothing to do with immigrants or anything like that. It has to do with the fact that they can see that they have no support left in the country to win an election. And they're underwater in almost every indicator possible. There's just every single category of policy they are losing. Trump realizes this. Trump realizes he can't have a free and fair election this November. And so what we're seeing here is an intentional provocation of the Minneapolis population, of the Minnesota people, to provoke an insurrection, which is what they'll call it. An insurrection, it won't be. It'll be a defensive posture that the civilians have to take against these ICE thugs who are killing people. And what they will try and do is use that defensive reaction by the people of Minnesota in order to invoke the Insurrection Act and impose some sort of martial law on the people of Minneapolis and Minnesota. And that will spread around the country very quickly. So what you're seeing now on the streets of Minneapolis could soon be coming to a city near you, especially a Democratic city near you in the near future. They want to be able to call martial law. They want the scenes of disorder around America to be seen everywhere. And they want to stop the next elections from being free and fair. Now, how they'll do that, who knows? But, once they're in charge, once the military is in charge and they can pour in the military, and once the Insurrection Act is invoked, things change. These are the people and you'll talk to this, Nick, the people who are trained for combat in Baghdad are not the same people you want on the streets of America to de-escalate issues in the event of a riot or a protest. They're just not trained for that kind of environment, and it's not. It's just a recipe for a real disaster. But yet, this is the intention of this president. This president clearly has lost the popularity of and support of the people. His own hope now of staying in power, and he needs to stay in power in order to stay out of prison, is to continue what he's doing now, continue to provoke the American people into violence, and continue to kill the American people on the streets of America, and until he's done enough in order to provoke enough of a sense of dis-ease that he can invoke the Insurrection Act and then martial law. And that is the plan. It's as plain as anyone can see right now, because that is what's happened in every dictatorial takeover of a democracy that we've been able to look at in great detail. This is the plan. This is what will happen if we continue down this path. And it is important that Minneapolis residents and people in Minnesota absolutely try to remain calm in the situation, as difficult as it is. And I'd argue there's even a decent argument to say that many people should just stay home right now. But I understand the desire to protest, and I understand the need to protest, and everyone's got a right to protest. But equally, this is an escalation they're looking for, and de-escalation at this point might be more prudent in the long term. But that's an opinion. That's not me saying that's the right move. That's just something I think might make sense in this point, because what they want is this violent reaction. They want to see this lashback from the Minneapolis community.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things I would say is if you are someone who knows that they can maintain a level disposition, who can help de-escalate a situation, who has trained to de-escalate, who has trained to participate in, like, who's had this community training, then go out. If you are someone who you know is going to help this situation and not hinder it, like Zev just said, help the situation and not hinder, which means either you know how to properly de escalate and you have had training, then go. Be a support, be a help. But if you know that you can't control your emotions, and if you think you're going to be a hero or a cowboy or some fucking,
And look at this vehicle. Oh my
yeah,
God. What the
like
hell is
if you
that?
want to go to hurt somebody to get vengeance on ICE, do not go. That is the wrong thing. Vengeance is the wrong thing. Vengeance is not the right emotion right now. Like, this is a time for leveling heads, and if you know that you can help support that effort to level heads and to keep the situation peaceful, and you are in an area like that, then go, then help, then do that. But if you're not able to, don't, because we cannot be the incitement, the next step. They're wagging the dog. They are doing, this is the same tactics that they used in Venezuela to eventually capture Maduro. Is they kept murdering people until they decided enough was enough or enough pushback was there, and then they captured the leader.
Yeah.
And from what Lev Parnas has told us from insiders in the White House is, like you said, they want to invoke the Insurrection Act. They want to take Governor Walz and they want to install a new governor and AG of Minnesota. Like, that's what they've talked about, is installing a new governor.
Well, that's one way to control the elections, isn't it? If you take over the function of the state, you can control elections. This is a moment for all Americans to decide how they want to confront this dictatorial regime. Because this is coming to a city and a state near you. If you live in a blue state, you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be there before you know it, certainly before the next elections. And so it's incumbent on every American now to decide whether they want to take action in their own state right now to prevent this kind of militarization from happening in other cities. And the best way to do that, frankly, is to many people have spoken about a national strike, and I'm not a big fan of those kinds of actions in the normal, but what do you do when American citizens are being murdered on the streets of America in order to send a clear message to this leader who cares only about money and who will only respect the business community's word, and until that business community fears and feels the suffering that people are themselves feeling by inflicting some sort of national strike on Americans and maybe on American businesses, maybe that kind of despair is what they need to feel in order to stop the support for this regime. There are way too many corporations that are supporting the Trump regime and supporting this ICE crackdown without even without any public comments, without any leadership, which is required at points like this from our corporate leaders as well. if you're a corporate leader, if you're a CEO of a company, and you're not making your thoughts known about what is happening in communities that you serve, that will be kept on record, and we will know at the end who was supportive and who wasn't supportive of the people of America. Because right now it seems that all these corporations are just, willing to bend the knee for the president and do whatever they need to, and the pressure needs to be felt by them. The pressure needs to be felt by politicians in Congress and elsewhere who are just, I don't see, responding in the way you'd expect. Even people on the Democrat side, there is not a kind of fiery, vocal demand that this stop, unanimous demand that this stop from all leaders in America. And that is the only responsible thing that can be demanded these days, is that this president needs to be pressured into stopping this crackdown, this violent crackdown by these untrained ICE agents who are coming into these cities and killing people. Um, an immigration crackdown might be popular in general, but no one voted for this. No one voted for innocent people on the streets of Minneapolis being gunned down by these armed thugs, and these scenes that look like they're out of Baghdad.
Yeah. And there's questions in the chat too around like, are the state police there to protect the protesters from ICE, or are the state police there to protect ICE from the protesters? And that's a very subtle but big difference. And it doesn't look like the police are there to protect the protesters.
It looks like there was an order issued to local police to move away from the scene. I'm not sure if they did, but there was an order given by ICE to the state and local police to abandon the scene of the crime earlier on. I'm not sure if they adhered to that, but that was one of the things that was reported earlier. And it is interesting what people are saying, that there is a question now about the National Guard in terms of the Minneapolis National Guard, which Walt can deploy in opposition to these ICE agents. What will that look like? Is that the start of a civil war? I mean, are we militarizing our streets to the point where we've got these ICE agents who are going to be confronting the state National Guard? And that could be where we're heading next.
Yeah, and I've said it now a couple times, is that I truly do believe we are already in a cold civil war in many ways, because I don't know how else to describe invading cities with red state troops into democratic cities that are saying no, and then having violence brought upon those cities. Like, this is an occupation force, and ICE is a lawless, unaccountable police force or policing force of whatever laws they police. Is I think that the states really need to evaluate, the police unions need to really evaluate what their next choices are going to be, especially in Minnesota, because I think they really need to take a good look inside themselves and ask, are we here for public safety, or are we here for federal agent safety? And I think the police need to really, really look inside themselves, their unions, their police chiefs. If you have someone in your family who is a police officer or a state trooper in one of these states or any state, ask them what their oaths mean and who they serve and protect, because that answer is very illuminating. And we know a lot of police around the country are going to side with the invading forces. I think Minnesota has the right, Governor Walz has the right to call up the guard. I think he should not. I'm going to turn up this volume for this gentleman speaking.
And they just killed him. They murdered that man. I'm against all of this. It's because body counts are now piling up in the state of Minnesota. We are a peaceful state. This is a resilient state. You just saw 50,000 people in the streets of Minnesota yesterday. to fight against this. ICE comes in, murders a man, they take off and leave it to these guys to clean up their bullshit. That's unnecessary. The president wants to inflict as much pain on this state because we are a blue state, because he can't stand Governor Walz, because he can't stand the fact that he has never won this state and he will never win this state. It is my job at this point to do all I can to make sure that every Republican that is responsible for this gets voted out of office. And I will do this until my dying day. I am a veteran. I took the oath. It is my oath to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I will die doing that.
You talked about how you've been in the streets for the 11 years against, you said, all of this. Can you describe how this is a continuation of activism you've been doing for those last 11 years? What's the through line? Really draw it, make it clear for me.
The through line is the persecution of people of color. And he has called African country shithole country. He had looked at Somalis and condemned an entire race of people, calling them shithole or whatever the case may be. These are human beings. I will not allow that to happen as long as I am alive. We are human beings who deserve the respect that we've earned, period.
Does this feel like the country that you signed up to serve?
No, this is not the country I fought for. Not at all. At 76 years old, I don't want to be here. But I'm compelled to be here. I will continue to be here. As long as this takes place, I will be here.
What was that version of the country or the ideals that you did feel you were signing up to serve? What paint me that picture of that idealized America. What should we be aspiring towards?
Freedom. Freedom and the liberties that people have died for in order for us to have. They're just taking it away. The voting rights, gerrymandering in states, basically saying that people of color don't matter because your vote doesn't matter. That is exactly what's going on here. I will not allow that to happen.
Thank you very much, Ron. Is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
People need to understand that this is real. Minnesota needs help, all right? People need to get in the streets and call their congressmen, their senators, en masse, and let them know that this is not going to be tolerated.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And that's a sentiment, I'm sure, held by many, many Minnesotans who, and many of them are veterans, of course, many people there who have served this country. They all are fighting for the Constitution. And I bet you there's a lot of people in the U.S. military right now who are being confronted by this choice about whether they're going to be allowed or allow themselves to be deployed in the streets of America, because that is what is coming next. We've known that there is planning around this. We know that the White House intends to do this. I don't know who they'll send in and how many of those people will be willing to do it, and what kind of restraint they'll have in terms of, and flexibility they might have in terms of following the law or not following the law. It's a very tricky situation. I don't know if you saw that image I sent you in the Signal chat there, but there is a photo that everyone is showing, or an image that everyone's showing, that the man who was killed was holding a cell phone camera in his hand.
Oh yeah, Ellie Leonard also posted that picture too. Let me make sure.
And that is and Kat. This is, I think, Kat who posted this, and I think it's important for everyone to just see that image, or at least look it up yourselves, because this is maybe even I can put it up here. I don't even know if I can. Maybe if I'm fancy about my switching here, maybe I can do that.
I should be able to give. Actually, let me update the settings. You can now control presentation, so you can share a screen too. If you want. I'll let you share screen from.
Okay, I'm not even sure how it. Let me try what I was doing here for a second, and then if that doesn't work, I will.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pull up another tab, which shows the shooting from a different angle, where it's said shot.
Cut off there, but you can sort of. I don't know if you can still hear me. Can you hear me?
Oh, let me get you. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Well, it's a little cut off there, unfortunately. I wonder if I can change this around a little bit here. Let me see if I can maneuver this so it's a little more compact. There you go. So what you're seeing there on next to me there in that shot is this image of this man who was killed holding a cell phone in his hand, and I think might be able to go full screen on that. Maybe not. Here we go. This is that's what he was doing. He was making videos. He was shooting video. He was not carrying a gun. He was not carrying a weapon. He's been confronted by this ICE agent who seems to be carrying a weapon out, not trying to de-escalate a situation, not trying to do any of the thing you'd expect a law enforcement officer to do. Instead, what we're seeing here is this man who has a phone in his hand. This is not a deadly weapon. Who's documenting likely what is going on, and that man is no longer alive. They are claiming, the Department of Homeland Security is claiming that he was holding a weapon, was armed with a weapon that they've shown publicly, but there's no proof of this from everything we're seeing. From what we're seeing in this image here this is a man who is just documenting events. And it really reminds you of what happened with Renee Good and her wife, where these guys were doing their civic duty and their lawful duty to document and use their First Amendment rights to protest what is happening. And he's dead today, just like Renee Good is dead.
Yeah.
For doing their rights, committing their human rights in America.
Which is atrocious that this is what we're dealing with. Like, he's holding a cell phone. And in Minneapolis, it is not illegal to have a weapon. Like, even if he had a gun and it was in a holster, he could have had a carry permit for it. This is America. You're allowed to have guns. Owning a gun is not a death sentence in this country. They keep saying that. It's not a death sentence to own a weapon in America. So even if he was carrying one, which he's not, that's a cell phone, he did not deserve to die for it. It is not an executable offense to hold a weapon in America. Like, you cannot, that's shitty justification, and it's just to provoke more.
And it's also important to note that this is their narrative building. I mean, they went out right away. There was on Fox News. They went out right away with, breaking news. This guy was armed. This guy was threatening people. He was not, but that's what they're building. That's the narrative that they are accelerating right now. And that's what they want. That's what they want people to believe in red state America, so they can continue to kill people in blue state America.
Yeah. And you make a very important point. They want to make red state America or red America believe that it's okay and justifiable to kill blue America. That's what they see. They see us as the enemy, and they see this as justifiable. And so I'm going to I'm also getting some information from a friend. So the man was disarmed before being shot. And you can see the officer take the firearm from the back. The man was legally able to carry his weapon. The police chief confirmed that he was a lawful gun owner with his license to carry. He did not have his hands on his back pulling out a weapon. He had his hands in front of him with a camera. There is something fundamentally wrong with what just happened.
Yeah.
He may have had a gun, but that's not a death sentence in a country where the Second Amendment lives. This is a tyrannical government killing citizens. And I'm going to play this video from a different angle on the shooting.
Ten times.
10 gunshots. 10, that's horrendous.
Did you see this? That looked like one of the agents was applauding at the end there. I might have misseen it, but
I don't know. I'm going to play this one too. This one Thank you, our friend in the chat and good friend of the community, Kat Bauer. Thank you, Kat, for doing this for us, for finding this link. Everyone support each other, please. Everybody needs to be supporting each other in this time.
Kat is a very thriving Substack, which everyone should also subscribe to. Worth everyone's time.
Yeah. Everybody subscribe. Also subscribe to each other, because they want to build the regime wants to build a narrative that was okay, that was a justified act.
Yeah.
The regime is trying to, like you said, Zev, is trying to build a narrative, and that narrative is that we are the enemy.
But they are trying to build that civil war narrative that we were talking about earlier as well. I mean, that really is what this looks like, is they're trying to convince the red state Americans that their killing of blue state Americans is justified. And it is inexcusable that the people in the media who know that they're doing this, the people at Fox News who go in every day, at all the other so-called news networks who are, manufacturing these narratives, who are helping amplify these narratives, who are doing their damnedest to convince people that we are ready for a civil war, when none of it is justified. The premise for all of this, the Somali fraud thing, everything is just not justified. We have mechanisms in our country which have worked for many decades.
Tear gas canisters and water bottles at police as they leave the scene.
This is
live?
This is live. This is still live going on. It looks like the state police is now releasing gas. I think
it's being gassed by the ICE agents.
Yeah, they're building barricades out of trash cans now. Guys, this is the streets in America. This is Minneapolis, Minnesota, where they're.
This is what they want.
Yeah, they want this chaos. They want this because they want to make it seem like it's justified that they're going to incite or invoke the Insurrection Act. That's what they're going to do at the end of this. That is their goal. That is the one goal that they have from this, is to invoke the insurrection. Because that is the thing that they need. Because then they can start putting military in other places while the courts take their time to decide, is this a legal invocation or not? By the time they decide, it's too late. So we have to maintain peacefulness and patriotic dissent.
Behind some cover here.
I'm going to have to jump off soon, but I just want to say one last thing here, because I think it is important that everyone understand that this is the battlefield they are choosing. Minneapolis is now turning into a militarized zone because they want that to look like that. This is not the battlefield we are fighting. We are fighting
I just want to point out
this presidency. We're fighting this regime. And just because they want to make this about immigration and they want to pour ICE troops into the streets of Minneapolis does not mean that we need to confront them in the battlefield of their making. The battlefield that we are actually concerned with is Donald Trump
and kill someone
and the administration he's building and the legality of his administration. And I think it's really important that whoever is capable of doing this in America right now, one would hope it's a Democratic Party leader of some sort, is able to direct everyone's attention to what they need to be focused on, which is Donald Trump. Let's pour this effort into protesting Donald Trump, and pour this effort into impeaching Donald Trump, and pour this effort into proving Donald Trump's criminality, because there's a lot of it to prove, and it's easy enough to find it. We just have to not fall for this trap, because this is a trap that they are really, really wanting to create, and they're succeeding.
They're in Minneapolis.
Yeah, they are. And I'm going to show another angle too, Zev. I'll make sure I send all of these links to you that I've got, so that you can put everything together too, and do your
Oh,
own
great. Thank you.
on stuff.
Minneapolis residents.
But this one was shared by our friend Courtney. For this is Mueller, she wrote.
Here's Greg
On,
Bavina, by the way. He's starting his press conference. I don't know
is
if you
he?
want to.
Oh, let me turn over to that then.
I wonder if we would take that.
Because that's probably, as much as I think he's a piece of shit, it's also worth
I might have it here.
speaking. Yeah, if you can pull, if you go into Restream itself, you can actually share a screen from your computer or browser if you want.
I think rather than me trying to learn something new, let me
or send me the
make
link
this
and
work
I'll,
over here.
if you can send me a link to it too, if I can't get to it first.
I think it's just a YouTube thing. Let me find it here.
Okay, I found it. Okay.
You got it, or should I put up?
It hasn't started yet. Oh, has it started? Oh, I'm late.
I know you might not be able to get audio from this to you, so let me share it with you.
Is this live? No, this isn't live. Yeah, I can't hear the audio on that. If you could
Yeah, give me a
send
second. I'm going
me-
to try to figure it out. It's a little.
There it is. Okay. There we go. They were going to spin this however they can.
Only the latest attack on law enforcement. Across the country, the men and women of DHS have been attacked, shot at, doxxed, had their family members threatened. And, as we have seen, more than 100 vehicle rammings over the past year against federal law enforcement. We will not allow violence against our law enforcement officers, and we need state and local help, state and local law enforcement, to help us coordinate to get violent criminals off the street. Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hare just a few minutes ago did the opposite of that by omitting the fact that the suspect had a gun and magazines full of ammunition. In what looks like a situation, again, where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. I want to reiterate what President Donald Trump, Secretary Kristi Noem, myself, Director Marcos Charles, and so many others have said time and again. If you obstruct a law enforcement officer or assault a law enforcement officer, you are in violation of the law and will be arrested. Our law enforcement officers take an oath to protect the public. We go to work every day to protect our friends, our neighbors, and our fellow citizens. The fact of the matter is that the law does not enforce itself. It takes men and women who are willing to risk their lives to enforce it. The men and women of CBP and ICE, law enforcement, are highly trained professionals who love this country and do this work because they want to leave their kids and their grandkids a country that's safe and secure. Questions? Allie, this situation, again, is evolving. This situation is under investigation. Those facts will come to light. This particular incident is being investigated just like we investigate other similar incidents like we've done over the past several years. It's in the hands of professionals. Those facts will come to light.
All right, going on the next question. So, did he have an additional gun, or was the gun moved from the scene? And I watched the video from start to finish of that when he was wearing that red jacket, and it doesn't seem like he pulled the weapon at any point. So, does the account come from the agent? Did they say that he pulled the gun before, during, after? When does the gun come out?
Again, this situation's evolving. This is under investigation. Those facts will come to light. But let's take a look at the gun. You can see the gun here on the screen there that individual possessed. It appears to be a semi-automatic, high-capacity type, possibly a Sig Sauer 9mm.
All right, no more questions. All right, no more questions, sir.
Just a reminder, it is not a punishable by death crime to own a gun. And if you are legally authorized to handle that weapon and you have a permit to hold that weapon and to keep that weapon on your person, it is not illegal. It is not a death sentence. It is not a crime to uphold your right to have a firearm in the United States. It is not a punishable by death crime to film ICE, to film what is going on. They're making it out to be a punishable by death crime because somebody just happened to have their gun on them, which is, again, why I say if you go to protests and rallies, do not bring weapons because it will be used against you. It will be used against you. If you are there to peacefully protest, go peacefully protest. I think it's
it is. I don't know if I believe the whole story about the gun either. I mean, we know he was legally licensed to carry a gun. I don't know if he,
he
just
had
don't know.
from what I've been told is, and what was confirmed by the police chief was he had a weapon on him, and he was legally able to have that weapon. And if you look at all of the video footage and all of the different screens and shares of like what happened, I'm just putting this back up to follow what's going on and be able to see. We'll keep the volume off for the or volume really down or off for the moment on this while we talk about it. But there's also another angle I wanted to pull up on the shooting that I was sent from a very, I think we just might have showed it. We might have. It was the one where, oh, hold on. No, we did not.
This is we're gonna figure out the details, but the bottom line is another American citizen is dead on the streets of Minneapolis, and at the hands of these ICE agents who are, unregulated. I mean, they really don't have any form of oversight in terms of their ability to be policed in any way. They're just killing people with impunity, and they can do so because the government in Washington has given them that authority.
Yeah.
And with 2 Americans now dead, these are not immigrants that have been killed. These are 2 American citizens who are there doing what Americans can and should be doing, documenting and protesting these very, very violent crackdowns on their city, and they are dead. And that is an unacceptable situation. I can't think of a single American president who would continue to invoke a policy of having these people show up in the streets of American cities, knowing that his own agents have killed 2 people. Because that is, remarkably irresponsible. But yet this president is cheering this on in all likelihood and wants this to happen. And that is where, we talk about rupture and what the president of what the Prime Minister of Canada said the other day about a rupture in the world order and the rupture of the way things were. Well, this is exactly what we're seeing. This is a rupture in the norms of America. This is not normal. This is not the normal business of America. There is nothing ordinary about this. This is being done at the behest of foreign governments and billionaires who are trying to extract money out of America at this time. There's crime going on in federal government right now to the tune of billions of dollars, and we are watching the streets, come alive in this way because of a provocation, because of the president of the United States policy on immigration and the ICE crackdown. These are really important things to keep in mind. The context here is that there is a rupture, and the things are very, very different. And whatever action is taken now, as we look at these barricades that are being built out into the streets of Minneapolis, that look like Northern Ireland, or that look like Baghdad. I mean, this is just, this is unbelievable, that this is what it looks like in America. And this is all a manipulated event. This is an entirely manipulated event by the president of the United States and his allies, to provoke an even more volatile situation, so they can get away with the military crackdown that they want to impose, while they steal billions out of the U.S. economy, and perhaps even start a global war. This is, what can you say about it than that? I mean, I'm not saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just going to say that because I think that we're at the point where that context is really important. I just want everyone to focus on the president, to focus on Vance, to protest on getting this regime out of power. The ICE agents are there to misdirect us. This whole clash that we're seeing develop is designed to misdirect us. It's just sickening that 2 American citizens are dead because of these goons, and yet the attention needs to remain on this lawless president whose policy is making all of this happen, and who continues to want to drive America into a civil war.
Yeah. And I think that's really the important part, is they want to drive us into a civil war. They want us to escalate. They want us to respond back in a violent and angry way. And yes, the anger is there. It's okay that they are angry. It is okay that people are screaming and standing up. Do not go overboard. Do not allow yourself to go overboard in these types of situations. Like, that's how the danger comes. And I'm going to show this one is one that another video that I've been sent a couple times now is from one of the other angles. We could see a lady in a pink jacket, and this is her angle of the shooting, which gives
that's really interesting.
A pretty clear shot. So this is a third, at least a third angle, if not a fourth, that we've seen that we can start doing some comparisons on, and seeing and revealing the truth, just like we did on the day Renee Nicole Good died. Is you and I came out here and we talked about these videos, and we exposed the propaganda that is coming, and it blunted. I think we had a true impact on blunting that effort. And so let me share this video, and we'll play this different view. Okay.
Go. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
So they pepper sprayed this guy in the face. They beat this dude and pepper sprayed him and then murdered him
in cold blood.
In cold blood. Like, There was no self-defense there by that ICE officer. There was no self-defense. That's murder. That's cold-blooded murder. I don't care if he had a gun or not. His hands were out. He was filming. He had both hands on his fucking camera for so fucking long.
That man was not doing anything down here. My audio, but there's nothing dangerous in what that man was doing, and it's horrific. He may be standing in front of traffic. I'm hearing my audio back. I'm not sure if it's me or can you hear me? Double audio.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
And again, blocking traffic isn't a death sentence.
No, and protesting ICE is not a death sentence. None of these things need to be happening. Nick, I'm going to log off here because I got some deadlines I'm trying to meet as well. But I guess there's now a statement from Donald Trump on Truth Social, which we'll get to in just a second. But I just, I'm horrified by what we're seeing here. This was a targeted attack on this guy. I mean, they obviously went after him. And one of the things that worries me the most right now is that they have very sophisticated surveillance capability on their phones. They know exactly who everyone is. That they could be targeting these people well in advance, knowing exactly who the people are they want to go after, casting them almost particular roles, knowing that they might have weapons on them, and then going after them. I don't think we should think that is beyond the malign intention of this organization, and which have now been given all these capabilities to monitor people's license plates, to monitor people's records.
Yeah, I think that's an important point to note. And yeah, I'll let you jump off. I'm going to keep this broadcast going for everyone. I'm going to turn the audio on for the what's going on the screen for the video, and I'm going to take a quick break myself while the broadcast is still going. And I will be back though. On the screen, we may close out at some point, but I want to see if we can try and if I can get Wajahat Ali on here for a little while. He should be available sometime soon. And Lev Parnas was thinking about jumping on as well. I've invited him for this. So if anyone has anything new or stuff comes out, please continue to watch. We will be monitoring this all day.
Thanks for your efforts, Nick. I really appreciate everything you're doing, and thanks for having me on. I really appreciate. And there's a lot of work that goes into this, and thank you for doing such a good job in keeping everyone appraised of what's happening.
Thanks for being with me, Zev. I appreciate it. And everyone, if you're on Substack, please go subscribe to Zev Shalev and keep up on all the news and information that he's providing. He has some really, really incredible in-depth investigative reporting. And he is someone who is seeking for the truth and reaching for it and putting it out there. So thanks, Zev. I truly appreciate you coming on with me.
Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon. I'll try to come back on later if you're still up.
Okay. Sounds great. Thanks, Zev. And again, I'm going to go to full screen and unmute the protest. I'm going to let everyone just keep an eye on this. We're going to just keep active monitoring of everything that's going on in appraisal. I will be watching on my phone in the sidelines. So if there are questions that come up while I'm off screen, I'll be able to take a look. Again, continue to send photos and videos. If you have other scenes in the area or from around the country, please submit them to us. I will try and get as much out as I can. I'm only one person right now on this side. So please just continue to support, tag Banner and Backbone. If you are part of the Banner and Backbone community and want to put up videos, please do so. We need to get as much information and cut through this noise as possible. So thanks again to everyone who is continuing to listen to the broadcast and keep an eye out on what's going on. This is really important. They're going to attempt to defame, and they're going to attempt to incite. They're going to attempt to get people to be violent. Do not allow that to happen. Do not raise yourself to them. Allow yourself to breathe. Go tell your families that you love them. Go touch grass. Go touch snow because it's cold. But go touch snow for a second. Go outside, take a breather, then come back in if you're at home. Gather yourselves. Tell your loved ones you care. And again, I will be back on. I'm going to keep this broadcast going with the live stream from Status Quo Media. So thank you, and thanks again to everyone in the audience. Sherrod Swaney over at Centered America, thank you for the correction earlier to ensure I knew it was the truth about the reporting on the individual killed. I value all of you for the support while we're doing this. Thank you, everyone. Continue to smash the heart, get more people into this, spread this with people, post it on your Facebook, on your Blue Sky, post whatever you can to get more people into this video and this audience, or any of them, because we need more to see it. So thank you, everyone. We need everybody to stand up. You are patriotic by doing this. So I'm going to make sure that I also upload the video of the woman with who had the pink jacket, who was very close, that one that we just saw. It's hard to watch. All of this is hard to watch. Take your mental health too. So if you are done, if you have seen enough for a little while, take a break and then come back. Guard your mental health today too. You are human beings, and you matter in this fight for freedom and justice. So again, thanks everyone. I will be back here with you guys in a little bit. I'm going to switch back over to the broadcast.
who are listening in on that fury that the people of the Twin Cities are feeling for their federal government right now. And the joy and solace that they are finding together.
Right now, we have DHS on our right side coming in. We have officers trying to close in behind us. Keep your eyes open. Do not let them pedal us in here, and do not be afraid. Hold this block.
You, just you, building your app on Base 44.
Hey, say his name. Hey, hey.
We're going to organize this shit.
You're right.
Thank you, guys.
Despite the horrific acts by this federal government, Minnesotans are standing up for the rule of law. They protest loudly and urgently, but peacefully. It must stay that way, Minnesota. Minnesotans are witnessing, and we're creating a log of evidence for the future prosecution of ICE agents and officials responsible for this. They're helping their neighbors. They're walking their kids to school. They're feeding families. I salute their courage and their restraint. And I call on all Americans to see the decency it is exhibiting and the horrific cruelty, unprofessional, absolute abomination that is passing for what these ICE agents are doing on our streets. They think they can provoke us into abandoning our values. Well, they're dead wrong. We'll keep the peace, we'll share the justice with our neighbors, and we'll see this occupation ends. Minnesotans and Minnesota law enforcement that continuously is being denigrated by this administration will continue to be the adults in the room, the professionals in the room, the decent human beings in the room that will keep the peace. With this, I'd like to turn it over to Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson to update you on the situation as we know it.
Thank you, Governor. I'm Bob Jacobson, Commissioner of Public Safety for the Department of Public Safety. Again, it's my honor to serve in that position. A man was shot and killed this morning in Minneapolis. I want to pause and remember what cannot get lost in this moment. A man died. His family and friends are feeling unimaginable heartbreak and trauma. And I know Minnesotans and I know our community will rally around this man's family and friends to support him. I also understand clearly that people are upset. They're scared, they're confused, and I want to assure you that this state's public safety officials and our local law enforcement partners are doing everything in our power to get answers, to help turn a sense of normalcy back to our communities. You have the right to demonstrate peacefully. We recognize that demonstrations are often driven by strong emotions, beliefs, and a desire to be heard. But please, please remain peaceful. And I want to say it again that because it is important and it is critical. Peacefully demonstrate. By doing so, you help local authorities to get answers. You help us to do our investigations. By remaining peaceful, you help ensure nobody else may be killed or injured. The thousands and thousands of people who gathered today in Minneapolis prove that Minnesotans can make their voices heard peacefully, and they can do so without violence, and they can do so without destruction. And state resources are available and ready to support our local law enforcement partners as requested. And those resources include the Minnesota State Patrol, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, and the Minnesota National Guard. With that, we'll stand for questions.
Governor, you made this request before. Is there any reason to believe that it will be answered differently? Have you had any conversations with the president? Is there any
shortly after I received first request was to get these federal agents out of there. They were going to cause more chaos. And second call is with no uncertain terms that we will investigate this. We will not be stonewalled. What we've already seen, and you saw it this morning, before any investigation is done, you have the most powerful people in the federal government spinning stories and putting up pictures, and unrelated people who we don't know anything about, and a picture of a firearm to try and spin a narrative. And I ask Americans, this will end when enough Americans say this will end. Do I have any confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing? No, I don't have a lot of confidence Donald Trump will do the right thing. I do have a lot of confidence that the majority of the American people will do the right thing. And I think there cannot be very many people across the country looking right now, after all the reporting that's been done, after everything that's been said, under the pretense that they are here about immigration reform, and quit referring to these people as law enforcement. They are not law enforcement. We have law enforcement who do an incredible job. And to listen to Greg Bovino denigrate the work of our people who are out there cleaning up their mess, no, I don't have a lot of confidence that he himself will do it. But here's what I do have confidence in. There's a whole lot of Republicans, for whatever reason, cannot find their spine. But they might find the ability to know that they're not going to win another election as long as they live, unless they stand up for what's right, and stand up for the rule of law, and stand up for human decency, and that's the moment.
So then, just a follow-up, because then if that is not the case, what are the people of Minnesota supposed to do who are in the middle right now? Because if they just stonewall, and you're trying to investigate.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. And look, I speaking to the people of Minnesota right now, I hear that scream from you, and I'll continue to plead and ask you for peace. And I know the answer is you ask us for peace and we give it, and we get shot in the face on the streets coming out of a donut shop. We cannot give them what they want. I don't know how to say this in so many terms to watch the madness that we've witnessed over this last week coming out of the White House.
Hey man, can you share your #1 tip for business success?
Switch to Monday CRM.
Oh, awesome. Thanks.
Hold up. You're thinking about old school CRMs. Monday CRM has AI capabilities that have changed how we do. And now my team closes more deals than ever.
Oh, sounds great. Thanks for
Hold
sharing.
up. Hey, I'm not just talking about email composition. I'm talking about meeting summaries, deal prioritization, risk flagging. The real deal, man.
Sounds amazing.
And you can customize it to fit your specific needs. And the automation setup is so easy, and sequences.
Dude, leave me alone.
It's nonsense, people. It is nonsense and it's lies. So my confidence is this, Minnesotans. You know who you are, and you demonstrate it every single day, and we damn sure know who these people are. The American public knows, and this needs to be the event that says enough.
Have there been any indications
Go ahead. No, I'm up front.
The question was related to whether or not the BCA is on the ground currently with the investigation, and a reference to previous investigations that the BCA have attempted to be a part of. What I'll tell you right now is that we no longer have BCA agents or public safety, state patrol, or Minneapolis on the ground at that crime scene. What I will tell you, and not to get further into the investigation, but DHS pulled out of the scene, leaving that to Minnesota State Patrol, Minneapolis. We did not have enough resources to be able to hold that ground safely, and we had to leave that because of the number of people that were available and the safety of those in the public and the safety of our teams. We were able to get there. At that time, we were not able to hold that scene to do a crime scene investigation. I can't talk any more about those details.
Who is handling the investigation, if not either DHS nor state officials right now?
We'll have more on that, but the BCA is engaged and involved, and we are working at the request of the Minneapolis Police Department on this, on the scene and in this investigation. So we are there, we're available. We want to make sure that we continue to work on this and engage with our federal law enforcement at this point. We don't have anything more to share about the crime scene. Again, we were not able to hold it. We wanted to make sure and keep people safe, but federal law enforcement left the scene and left us there.
Governor Ernesto, within your time, have you activated the National Guard? I noted that Sheriff Witt has requested for additional assistance. Can you tell us whether they're going to be playing a role?
Yeah. Yes, the answer is yes, we have, as we said last week, and we staged those. I'll have General Menke talk about where they're at, and again, use this as an opportunity to stress to Minnesotans the frustration you have, and as you saw this, they killed a man, created chaos, pushed down protesters, threw gas indiscriminately, and then left the scene, and then we're left to clean up. I understand the anger. I understand trying to parse who were the law enforcement on the scene when you got there after a man was killed is difficult for folks who are out there. But I can't stress enough, our goal, and I'll have General Menke talk about what the role of these guard troops are in conjunction with incredible work from the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, from mutual aid across, and of course the State Patrol, of trying to get to the point where what we're saying is we can handle this and Minnesota can express their First Amendment rights and have our folks on the streets and get these people out of here. And so, John, if you want to talk a little bit, but the answer is yes, there's activated. He can talk to you about numbers. Yeah.
So the question is, what's the National Guard doing right now? So we have, we have been on state active duty for over a week. So we've had soldiers prepared in the metro area to respond in a much rapid manner than if they were not mobilized. So we have a request from the Hennepin County Sheriff to support them, and that is to help them free up additional resources for other work that they need to do. And we have started coordinating with them this morning on that, and that first area of support will be assisting them with their requirement to provide security to the Whipple building. So we'll be helping them there. And then we are in parallel planning with other organizations within the state of Minnesota, to include the State Patrol, the Minnesota DNR, and other local agencies to render assistance if requested.
Could you say how many are now employed?
I would say that the number that we have is adequate for the requests that we have right now, and I will also tell you that we are bringing more resources that will be able to respond in a timely manner that are not fully mobilized yet, but we are mobilizing more soldiers as we talk at this time. I'd like not to get into specific numbers for an operational security standpoint, but right now we have all the resources to meet the requests that we have.
I would note on this one, too, that we'll be billing the federal government for the cost of the National Guard because they are incurring the costs that are falling on us by their reckless actions. Yes, sir. I'm rejecting the rush to judgment within 15 minutes of this, which they did last time. That's why you need to have a fair investigation. And that's why a video can show one thing, but what happened beforehand. But they already will slander this individual. They've already made this the case. And I will just say you will all start to see it, and some of you probably have. There's multiple angles of this. And I'll go back to what we talked about before. They're telling you not to trust your eyes and ears, not to trust the facts that you're seeing in front of them. And at some point in time, your reporting, and I think the reporting this week has been spectacular across Minnesota, that there's not two sides to every story. But in this situation, what I'm saying is we need to have a fair investigation, understanding what's happening, and held accountable. We continue to hear, and we heard it from the vice president, that these folks can do whatever they want. They can have full immunity. And what I'm telling you is they will not. There will be justice to Minnesotans. Continue to gather information. So I won't say where it is because I think it's irresponsible to make that judgment. But what I see with my eyes and what you're going to see with your eyes makes that pretty hard to believe. And I would imagine as a federal officer, they would have come out sounded like these professionals sound and say, we need to gather the information, we need to gather all the facts, we need to put them forward, and then we can make some informed decision based on the fact. They've written the narrative already. And the audacity to critique the police chief of Minneapolis after what work that those heroic officers are trying to do, and to be critiqued by this guy, I mean, I don't know, I've said it a lot, but America, as you're listening, enough is enough. Enough is enough of this. End this. End this. And we see them moving to Maine. If you're in Boston, you're in Chicago, you're in Philly, you're in Miami, it doesn't matter. We can't live like this. Our children are in trauma. A 5-year-old, you saw the picture, the bunny hat and the Spider-Man. These are not like some narrative to throw around, to parade around in some coat you had made and act like you're a tough guy or whatever. These are people's lives, and we have rule of law. So I'll let the investigation play itself out. We will do our best to find it, but I don't know, you kill a man and then you just leave your law enforcement, you just leave it. Is there a single case in American history where you just like walk away and say, I guess that just happened and we're not going to clean up our mess? I'm proud of Minnesotans. I'm proud of law enforcement here and our partners, and we'll get to the bottom of it. I think we have time for another one. So, yes, ma'am. I'm better off to let these guys, the professionals. I have my thoughts.
So the question was, what are we doing to assist federal law enforcement on getting violent criminals off the street, if I understand the question? State and local law enforcement are always ready and willing and able to arrest violent offenders. We do not stand from that, no matter where we get that information from. If there are violent offenders or violent criminals or violent crimes, we will investigate and we'll bring those to justice. If the federal government would like to work with us, to continue to work with us as they have in the past, to locate those violent offenders, we are always open to those discussions and always willing to assist. We do not ignore that. We are ready and able, and we do that. All of you as part of the media hear us arresting violent offenders all the time. We have not stood down. That is our mission. The federal government is not alone in arresting violent offenders. State and local law enforcement does that every day at great risk to their life, at great risk to the community. We do it because we want a safe Minnesota, and the federal government is not the only one to do that.
Thank you. 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 Appreciate it. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
But respectfully, I'm confused.
Yep, I'll try and clear up this confusion.
Jacobson said that he said, they were at the scene.
Hey, I'm going to be moving this screen over. There was an interview that I just caught on the Status Coup feed before they end on their side that I wanted to share and have everyone listen to. It's someone from the protest. I just want to listen to this whole interview because I think it's important that we get as much on the ground information as we can and as much truthful and factual information out there as possible. I will again also show some of the other videos that we have seen this morning. And the other footage that has come out. I have a bunch of videos ready and lined up on my screen for the different angles. The long form video that was that I just posted also of the shooting from the additional angle from the woman in the pink jacket. Um, these are really important. Um, we're at a really um, we're at a really dangerous time right now, and I'm getting information in the background too, again, from things that we've talked about earlier, that Stephen Miller is actively pushing the Insurrection Act, and they're working on building a false narrative. They are working actively to build this false narrative, and I want everybody to say the name of the man who was murdered who was murdered today. His name came out. It had been leaked. I wasn't. I'm going to say it because his name is important. Alex Jeffrey Pretty, 37 years old, a registered nurse, was murdered today. Alex Jeffrey Pretty was murdered today by ICE agents, brutally murdered and executed him in the streets of America so that Stephen Miller could push for this insurrection, this fake insurrection. That is what they want. Say his name, Alex Jeffrey Pretty. Say her name, Renee Nicole Good. Two innocent bystanders, two innocent people, two innocent ICE watchers doing their civic duty, murdered just for being out. Just for being out. And that's horrific. It's disgusting. It's not what we want America to be. And so let me put up these videos again. Warning, as I put these videos up and as I show these videos, please be warned. This is violent. This is a shooting. We need to see it though. We have to see these moments, and we have to see them unfiltered. And we have to see the full truth. And you have to share this full truth with everyone that you know. You share this full truth, and you share the truth to everybody else. So we're going to first show the angle from earlier where there's someone in the coffee shop across, or whatever shop across the street, where they see the shooting happening. I'm going to play this interview first, and then I'll play the other videos. So thank you, everyone, for being with me and for being alert and paying attention. So let's listen to this video, this interview, and then I will be back in a couple minutes.
My name's JT.
And who are you with?
Status Quo, or online independent progressive outlet.
Okay.
First of all, how do you want to be identified?
You can call me Josh.
Josh. Josh. Thank you for talking to us, Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Like I said, the first thing I wanted to start with is just processing your emotions in this moment. We're standing here after a second person shot and killed earlier today by immigration enforcement agents. The second person killed this month by immigration enforcement agents. How would you summarize your emotions in this moment?
It was just utter sadness and then disgust. And then that turned to a quick rage. The audacity of this government to think that they could just push and push and push and hurt citizens. And sure, it's the second shot, not the first died by hands of ICE. There are people in detention who were killed, outright killed. There was one who was recently pronounced dead by homicide because he was strangled to death. These things are happening constantly, and they're not being held accountable, and it's causing such fury and rage. What is the point of having a nation if we cannot even protect each other and ourselves?
I want you to explain the message you're here to deliver with the flag. Your flag is, bringing it down here. It's the American flag upside down, and it says, "That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you." Can you explain the message that you're here, that what this symbolizes and means to you?
This was the last words of Renee Good. She was just there to protect herself and others. She wasn't angry. She wasn't trying to hurt him. She was trying to get away because he was dangerous and drew a gun on her. She was trying to flee for her life. She's not a bad person. And if we're attacking citizens and killing them when their last words to you are, "I'm not mad at you," what are we doing? That's a monster right there, and he needs to be held accountable, and this administration needs to be held accountable, and we're in danger because of that.
And of course, the upside down American flag, being a universal sign of distress. Where do you see? I mean, it always feels like in these moments where you feel like you're living through history, that you're standing on the precipice of something, but you can't always see what's next. I'm just curious, from your perspective right now, what do you see as next for this movement for justice here in Minneapolis?
Ideally, ICE gets out. They leave the city, they leave our state, and they never come back. That's what I want. I want peaceful resolution. I want them to just leave. Leave us alone, leave our citizens alone. If not, I hope that we continue with what we've been doing, which is holding them accountable, keeping eyes on them, recording, following them, and making sure they're not hurt people, other innocent people. That's what I want to have happen, is they need to be accountable. And today, I hope that our message is heard. Our message of get out. We no longer want you here. We never wanted you here in the first place.
That's the same message that the governor delivered earlier today, said that the Trump administration should remove all agents from Minnesota immediately. Is there anything more that you want to see from your state, your local leaders, from the nominal opposition party in this country, the Democrats, in this moment?
I want them to actually do something. They're doing nothing. Ooh, we'll file a letter. Ooh, in court. They're doing it. They're hurting us. Protect us. That's what you're supposed to be doing, but they're not protecting us. I can't say exactly what they should be doing because that's from them. But I want them to do something. Get out here. March with us. Have your agent stand by and keep things civil and supportive. Officers are obligated to hold other officers accountable and hold them to the law. What are they doing? They're not doing that. And we need to take actual action. He's doing nothing. He's standing by doing nothing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Josh, before I let you go, is there anything else you would want to say while you had this platform?
Stay safe out there, everyone. Keep it peaceful where you can, and keep yourself safe, and stay warm.
You stay safe too, Josh. Thank you very much for the time. I appreciate it. All right.
Okay, as we end that segment right there, let me pull myself back up, and then I'm going to pause that video, and I'm going to switch over, like I said, to some of the earlier footage that we saw of the shooting. We're going to start with the angle from an individual who was inside a shop across the street, and then we're going to do the longer video where you see the shooting from very up close. So again, this is not pleasant to watch or hear, but it is important and valuable that we do hear these things and see them. So take a look and take a listen.
Doing too much, man, and they keep pushing people, you know? the fuck? They killed my... Did they fucking kill that guy?
Go. What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck people. What the fuck wrong with you? Honestly. The fuck did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Yes! Will somebody call the ambulance? Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911! I can't believe they just did that! Holy shit! Holy shit! Just get. Come on! Oh my god, you fucking people, man! You're fucking killing us! Why would you do that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm seeing this.
While that video is playing silently in the background, I want to read Donald Trump's Truth Social truth bullshit that he said after this event. This is Donald Trump on Truth Social. This is the gunman's gun with a picture, and underneath is a picture loaded of the gun. And I'll just move my cell phone to that single screen for now. Let me pull up the Truth Social image. As much as I don't want to show Truth Social or that garbage of a network on here, it's important to see what our head in charge is saying about this incident, because they're going to propagandize it and they're going to defame the shit out of this person and his family and his friends and his associations, and they should all be prepared to sue the hell out of this administration to shut them the fuck up. So this is what our dickhead in charge has said after the fact, after the shooting. This is the gunman's gun, loaded with 2 additional full magazines and ready to go. What is that all about? Where are the local police? Why weren't they allowed to protect ICE officers? The mayor and the governor called them off. It is stated that many of these police were not allowed to do their job, that ICE had to protect themselves. Not an easy thing to do. Why does Ilhan Omar have $34 million in her account? And where are the tens of billions of dollars that have been stolen from the once great state of Minnesota? Where are there? We are there because of massive monetary fraud, with billions of dollars missing and illegal criminals that were allowed to infiltrate the state through the Democrats' open border policy. We want the money back, and we want it back now. Those fraudsters who stole the money are going to jail where they belong. This is no different than a really big bank robbery. Much of what you've witnessed is a cover up for this theft and fraud. The mayor and the governor are inciting insurrection with their pompous, dangerous, and arrogant rhetoric. Instead, these sanctimonious political fools should be looking for the billions of dollars that has been stolen from the people of Minnesota and the United States of America. Let our ICE patriots do their job. 12,000 illegal alien criminals, many of them violent, have been arrested and taken out of Minnesota. If they were still there, you would see something far worse than you are witnessing today. With a picture of a random gun. Picture of a random gun. I spoke that in the most condescending way I could. I spoke that garbage from Donald Trump in the most condescending way I could about that, because that's what that was. There wasn't anything about what actually happened. Donald Trump is in a position where he won't, and I'm not saying he should because I know he won't, where he could make this go down. He could help de-escalate this situation, but he won't, because he doesn't want to, because he wants it loud, because he wants it violent, because he wants it hateful. He wants this to happen. He didn't care. That Truth Social post isn't about what happened, isn't about the truth. It's about making up and exposing his own lies. He is exposing himself. The fraud that is happening is his fraud. The tens of $billions of being stolen in the once great state of Minnesota, the still great state of Minnesota, is because of the federal government. Because Donald Trump and his gang are stealing that money. Not Ilhan Omar, who has nothing to do with this. She has nothing to do with this. She is a representative. Her job is to represent, and she does it pretty damn well. You know what you don't do, Donald Trump? You don't lead. You don't do shit. And these ICE agents, these criminals, these thugs running around killing people, that's your doing. That's Stephen Miller's doing. You are not patriots. There is no cover up of fraud. You did not send ICE into Minnesota because of fraud. You sent ICE into Minnesota because you wanted to punish your political enemy. You wanted to punish the last VP candidate. You wanted to punish the state that the last Democratic VP candidate currently runs. This is punishment. This is the way to try and incite the Insurrection Act. This is what they are trying to do. As I said earlier, and as Lev Parnas has reported, and as Lev has provided more information around, is Stephen Miller is openly trying to incite the Insurrection Act with this act. They are trying to foment the violence and make it worse. They are trying to make us respond in violent and harmful ways. We cannot. We cannot respond in those ways. We must continue to be peaceful. We must continue to demonstrate, and we must strike. Those of you who can strike, must. You must talk to your companies, where you work for, where you work at. You must call them. Call your bosses, call your HR departments, demand a meeting of your company and ask them, what are we going to do? What do we stand for as a company? What are our values? And those values should include striking. Those values should include your corporate entity that lives over you, that helps you, that provides for you, that is your overlord. It is on us to tell them, you let us strike. You continue to pay for us. You continue to allow us to maintain our jobs, and your voice and your reputation as a company will go down in history on the right side of history. You stand up, go to your HR departments, and know Do not go out and form armed militias. Do not do that. If you go out and you form any form of militia, you go out unarmed, because a weapon is provocation. Yes, I understand. We live in the United States where everyone has the right to a gun, pretty much. You can form a well-regulated militia. That is what the Second Amendment says. You can form a well-regulated militia. That includes protective gear. That includes walking around as a patrol in your neighborhood. As long as you are in a well-regulated, that means get bylaws, make organizations, organize. Yeah, they're going to call you Antifa. Get the fuck over it. Who gives a shit? You are Antifa. I am Antifa. I am anti-fascist as fuck. Come at me, bro. I'm going to continue to be anti-fascist as fuck until the day I die. And that's going to be a long time from now, just like it is for so many of you. It's going to be a long time until the day ends when we are no longer anti-fascist, when we are in the ground and we cannot advocate for anti-fascism. What you can do now is organize. Get into your Signal chats, get into your private chats, organize. And I'm not saying blue cities. I am saying everywhere. If you are anti-fascist, everywhere. You need to organize everywhere. Red states, blue states, it doesn't matter. The United States is stronger when we are together. Together. E pluribus unum. Out of many, one. One great nation when we come together. Form militias that are unarmed. It is your civic right. You have the right to form a parallel system of protection for your neighborhood, a parallel system of support for your neighborhood, for your friends, for your families. It is guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America that you can protect your life, your friends, and your family's lives with a well-regulated militia. That is not the National Guard. I am not advocating in any way. I will repeat this again for the cucks who try and cut this in a bad way. I am not ever advocating for violence. I am advocating for protection, to show that your community matters to you, that your friends and your neighbors matter to you. Say his name, Alex Jeffrey Pretty. Say her name, Renee Nicole Good. Two individuals in Minnesota who were murdered for no fucking reason. Murdered for no fucking reason other than to incite violence. Do not go out on your own. Do not try and be a lone wolf. Do not let your emotions get a hold of you and you do something stupid. Do not. Do not. Do not let that anger take hold of you. Just like Star Wars taught us a long time ago, hate leads to anger, or anger leads to hate, hate leads to pain. I don't remember the exact quote, but it all leads to the dark side. And that's what they are. That anger, instead of letting it lead to pain and suffering, let it lead you to focused rage and righteous indignation. Let it lead you to act. Let it lead you to stand arm in arm with your neighbor. Let it lead you to call your representatives and your senators, both state and federal, to call your AGs if you are in a Democratic state. If you live in Minnesota, flood your AG's mailbox, flood your governor's mailbox, and say, thank you for standing up for the people of our state. If you are in a state where your governor is not doing enough and they are a Democrat, email them, call them, flood their email boxes, flood their phone boxes, and say, you're not doing enough. We cannot allow another Renee Nicole Good. We cannot allow another Alex Jeffrey Pretty. We cannot allow more of this to continue. And I keep seeing folks sending me videos and DMs and different links. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to help make this broadcast possible. Thank you for continuing to help spread the truth. Thank you for helping give information and give the truth to all of us. That is so important. Citizen journalism right now is going to save the world. Citizen journalism, I'll say it again, is going to save the world. And I'm going to pull up some additional videos here while I'm trying to talk. Sorry, y'all. There's a lot going on. And I want to make sure I get everything right and good and out for you guys. There's a couple videos I'm pulling up. One is of Brian Krasenstein around proof that he was unarmed when he was shot and murdered when Alex Jeffrey Pretty was murdered today. There is there are scenes that I want to put up or images. I don't know if they are videos. That are showing that the gun, even if he was armed, that the gun was already removed prior to him being murdered. So I'm going to first put up the Krasenstein video, and we're going to listen through it. It's only 44 seconds. So let's give this a listen, and then I'll be back in on this side. Let me just make sure everything is all set up. Sorry, y'all. There's a lot of moving parts that go into a broadcast like this. Thank you for being with me as I do this. I'm learning all of this on the fly on how to do this correctly so that I can get good information out to y'all. So I'm gonna mute myself and let this video speak for itself with Brian Krasenstein. Sorry, I'll unmute myself as I talk. These are two additional images. This is the first one is of the supposed gun that had been recovered. This is of the suspected ICE agent. Again, there's no confirmation that any of these folks are actually ICE agents. They just happen to have police or ICE paraphernalia. They could be anyone. They're not showing identification. That's part of the problem. So these masked men disarmed and then murdered a man in the street in Minneapolis. Alex Jeffrey Pretty was murdered today with at least 10 shots fired from what appeared to be more than one shooter. I don't know if it is more than one, but I'm going to play back again the short video that I had at replay speed, half speed from earlier. I'll play it again here. Let me pull it back up. Let me get my face on the screen too as I do this. I hope everyone is doing okay right now. I hope people are still hanging in there and handling themselves well and are are staying safe, and staying with each other and with their family. Um, and I want to reiterate before I play this um, the next video was from Trump's Truth Social piece or statement, what he wrote. This is really important. The mayor and the governor are inciting insurrection with their pompous, dangerous, and arrogant rhetoric, calling them sanctimonious political fools and to let ICE patriots do their job. They're saying the part out loud at this point. They're saying the insurrection part loudly and repeatedly because that's the message and that's their goal. They need the Insurrection Act because that's the way they flood the streets with soldiers and then unfettered ICE, because the soldiers that they flood the streets with will protect the ICE agents and not the civilian population. That is what they're there for. And I'm getting thank you to all of my friends who are helping support and provide me information and get me images and details and facts that are coming out. And let me play this video again before, and then we'll talk a little bit more, and then maybe we may go off for a while. I've been on for almost 3.5 hours, and as you can probably guess, this is hard, and I'm not what I was hoping to do on a Saturday. I don't think any of us wanted to be here on a Saturday or ever listening or seeing these acts. So again, let's watch these videos again because it's really important.
Oh shit! What the fuck? They killed him? Did they fucking kill that guy? Are you fucking?
He was beyond dead when that man unloaded on him, unloaded an entire magazine's worth of his 9mm ammunition into that individual. 10 fucking shots. 10. They're trained to murder us. People keep talking about, oh, we need to train ICE agents better. You can't train that out of them. You don't train this murderous intent out of them. That's not how this works. That's not how this happens. You don't train that out of them. You defund ICE. You take it apart. You defund and rebuild Border Patrol and Customs Enforcement. You rebuild from the ground up. You don't keep the same foundation of fascism and white nationalism and oppressive racist policies. You tear that shit down. You take it out and you put something new in. That's where we are. Demand, especially if you have a Democratic representative or senator, demand that they defund ICE. And if they don't, and someone is running, demand that they be willing to defund ICE because it's primary time. Or demand that your fucking representative resign. If they're unwilling to do their fucking job and get these people under control, demand that they fucking resign. You have the power to do that too. You have a power. We have that power to demand that these things get fixed. And we can make that happen. No more should be fixing. We must be fixing. We have to be fixing. We have to end this. We have to demand the abolishment of ICE and the arrest of these criminals. That is our job. So watch this again and take it. Take it to heart and demand change.
Go. What the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, people? The fuck is wrong with you? Honestly. The fuck did you just do? What the fuck did you just do? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! 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 The fuck did you just do? The fuck did you just do? Ah! Yes! Liz, somebody call the ambulance! Somebody call the ambulance! Somebody needs to call the ambulance! Somebody call 911! I can't believe they just did that! Holy shit! Holy shit! Just get, come on! Come on! Oh my god, you fucking people, man! You're fucking killing us! Why would you do that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm seeing this! I can't believe I'm seeing this! Come on, come on, come on, come! Come here, come on! Come here! It is.
And folks, take that to heart. Take what just happened, what you just saw here today, and let's build from this. I need to step away myself, and I will keep everyone up to date as I go through the day too. And if anything else I hear, and if more important, um, other stories begin to develop, if other information begins to come out, if new things begin to happen and events unfold, I will be here. I will be paying attention. I will be watching. I will be listening. I will be taking questions. So please continue to submit anything you see or hear throughout the day. If you hear anything that is verifiable, we don't want to be spreading false information. We cannot be spreading lies. Lies travel really fast. The truth has to travel faster this time. So before we close out today, let's talk about the truth. Alex Pretty, the man killed by federal agents today in Minneapolis, appears to have been a registered nurse, an athlete, a son, and a brother with ties to Colorado and Wisconsin. A 37-year-old registered nurse, Alex Jeffrey Pretty, a white American citizen and a resident of Minneapolis, was murdered today. 10 shots. Those 10 shots will change the world. The 3 shots for Renee Nicole Good that murdered her started to change the world. These 10 shots will too. Use this anger, use this fear, use this hurt, and focus it. Focus it into action. Demand, demand, demand. That is what we can do right now. And if you are in a place where you think you can safely go into the streets without letting your emotions get the best of you, if you think you have the head or know you have the head to stand there and be peaceful and patriotic to the end, then go out and protest. But if you think or you have an inkling that you might want to do something stupid, stay the fuck home. Stay the fuck home. If your plan is to cause damage and to kill people and to incite, stay the fuck home. We don't want your help today. We don't want that kind of help. I want people to go out peacefully. Exercise your First Amendment right. Exercise your First Amendment right now and stand up and say something. Talk about Alex Jeffrey Pretty. 10 shots. Talk about Renee Nicole Good and the 3 shots that took her life. Talk about this. Talk about it at home. Talk about it now. Spread it on your socials, and I will repost this video for everyone to spread far and wide for all of this coverage. Put this out there. Spread the knowledge so that you can break through the disinformation too. Alex Pretty was a registered nurse. From the sound of it, he was a VA nurse too. And no matter what, we have to continue to maintain this peaceful action. We have to continue to be doing what we're doing. Go louder. No more should, no more I should be doing this. I think I can do this. Go fucking do it. Go do it. Go stand out on the street corner. Go get a group of people together to protest peacefully, patriotically, and loudly. Do not let them silence your voice. They want to instill fear. Instead, use Alex Jeffrey Pretty's murder as a fire. Let it light a fire under you. Use Renee Nicole Good's murder to light a fire under you, to go out and defend and protect and uphold. That's the most important, is uphold your freedoms. Go on offense. Be out there first. Be louder. Be bigger. Show them we, e pluribus unum, out of many, one. Show them that we are one. We are one voice that says no more. And when that one voice is so loud they cannot stop it, it will change. Not it should change, but it will. It will change when we go back to that idea of e pluribus unum, out of many, one. Thank you, everyone. This has been a really, really tough day, and I'm seeing stuff that there was another murder of a, and I want to make sure that I get any information that I talk about that right before I put any too much out. Yeah. Oh, that was from an earlier event. Is Keith Porter is from New Year's Eve, killed by an off-duty ICE agent. We have to take all their names. We have to remember the people who died. Not just these individuals, all of them. All of those who are left suffering right now, who have been taken, who have been used, a child used to entrap their parents and family, take that rage and focus it into action. So, part of that action, please, before you go, smash the heart, hit the subscribe button if you're in Substack to come subscribe to Banner and Backbone, Zev Shalev, and myself. Follow for all the latest. We're going to keep everyone updated as much as we can on everything that's going out, but I'm going to take a quick break. I saw that there was Amy. Thank you for. Let me see if I can pull it up here. I know I got a message. I'm starting to. I'm trying to get as much out as we can, friends. Sorry about this. Just give me a moment while I pull up my messages. It doesn't look like I can. Well, I can. I'll have to search for it, Amy. Thank you for sending it. I will make. I will look for it and get it up. I've got a couple uh, Instagram. The Banner and Backbone Instagram is brand new. Hey, Lev. Before we go, did you want to jump on and give any updates today on the latest? Because I want to make sure we have everybody informed. What link with a text. Make sure that everyone has all the latest from the inside and from your information, and what we should be prepared for over the coming hours and days, because it's going to be a busy few days, and I think people need the reassurance that right now we're doing the right thing. We're responding in the right ways. So that's really important, is to continue to respond in these ways, and to continue to defend our freedoms, and defend our rights and our Constitution and our ability to just live in a free society. So just give me one sec. Oh, we've also got God here now. In the chat. So for anyone who's in the chat on Substack, please subscribe to both Lev Parnas and God. They are both valuable members of the community who are adding a lot of really good content and information. Okay, I found the video, Amy, that you had sent. So let me pull it up so that everybody can see it. Let's see if I can get it to full screen. I'm not as used to Instagram, so just give me a second, folks. I'm going to share this tab. And if I stay here for a little while longer, that's fine too. Like, I'm in no hurry at the moment. A break will come, but I want to make sure everybody is kept up to date really on what's important and what's going on, because that's more important than me taking a break at the moment. So let's get this video queued up here. Ooh, that looks better.
This right here is the most damning piece of evidence, because this...
Sorry, folks.
This right here is the most damning piece of evidence, because this...
Sorry, folks. Sorry, Amy. I do not mean to out you. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Just give me one sec, folks. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, friends. This is just new for me for all of this. Okay. We're going to share this screen. Okay. Mute myself and we'll listen in on this analysis here.
most damning piece of evidence because this guy in the gray jacket, he enters the scuffle, both of his hands are free. He leaves that scuffle with a pistol in hand. This agent in the gray, he enters the scuffle, both of his hands are free. He's never seen reaching for anything in his waistband. The video's too grainy to be definitive, but it looks to me like he reaches to the victim's back, so he might have a concealed carry weapon. And he turns and he runs off right before the shooting starts with a pistol in hand that he didn't have before. So if that guy in the gray jacket is running away with the victim's pistol, then this is clear-cut murder. I think Gray Jacket took it from the victim's holster at his back. Even if he took it from the victim's hands, that would mean the victim had no weapon. You don't get to execute someone like that.
And just give me one more second, folks. I'm going to pull up again one final time before I head out here. Was the video from the woman who was wearing the pink jacket, who was right next to the event that happened. This is the clearest we have where we saw this man, Alex Jeffrey Pretty, be murdered. He was pepper sprayed, violently attacked in the face, brought to the ground, disarmed, then murdered. 10 shots rang out today. 10 shots. So as we close this out, I'm going to put this as the last video. Let this fuel you to action. Let this fuel you to call your representatives, state, local, federal, any of them, to call your senators, to call your governors, to call your attorney generals, to do all of the necessary things. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being with me here today. Thank you for staying for this 4 hours with us through all of these things with me and Dean Blundell and Zev Shalev and Lev Parnas throughout the various parts of the day. Please keep yourselves and your mental health in mind as we go through this. I know this has been a lot. This is traumatizing video to watch over and over, but it is also so important so that we know the truth and they cannot propagandize or weaponize it against us. So again, please watch this video one last time, and I will see you all later, and take care of your mental health throughout the rest of the day and these events as they unfold.
Go. I can't believe they just did that. Holy shit. Holy shit. Just, come on. Come on. Oh my God, you fucking people, man. You're fucking killing us. Why would you do that? Oh my God, oh my God. I can't believe I'm seeing this. I can't believe I'm seeing this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come here, come on. Come here. It is.